should be our actual intro music. Sorry, Ryan.
I can work with that.
Hello, welcome to Liches and Witches. This is the Ragtag Bunch live stream. With me is the whole house. We've got Jay, Rez, Ryan, Adam, and Guy. Hello, everybody. We are session 38 of the Ragtag Bunch, and it's a giveaway special. We hit 50 likes on our Facebook page, so we thought, go on then. We'll treat somebody, a lucky somebody, to a thing. So what we'll do is we'll probably detail that closer towards our break. But just for now, we'll be giving it away in a raffle style, which we're going to try and decide on how just after the break. So make sure you're watching, and you'll be lucky to receive 2 of our beautifully painted Zorns, which are here, one of these beautiful creatures, which has been painted for us by the ever so wonderful Adam / Salazar. So these are the Zorns, these horrible tri-armed, horrible rock elementally creatures. So if you want to be in chance of winning, you get 2 of those, as they're 2 a pack. So you get 2 of these. So make sure you pay attention to the stream. As you can also see on our mat here, that we have a massive creature, which is this Fomorian here. So this is a Fomorian, thank you very much. It's again beautifully painted by our very own Adam. And if you want to be in chance of winning this, well, we need your help. So what we want to do is we want to try and hit 100 likes on Facebook, our Facebook page. Again, just search Liches and Witches on Facebook and you'll find us. But we also want to get 30 subscribers on YouTube and 30 followers on Twitch. So make sure you share with your friends, share our posts, obviously just word of mouth, that sort of thing. And we'll give away this as well. So this is up for grabs if you help us expand. How badass is that?
It's pretty bad. If you hurry up, my arms get tired.
Yeah. There we go. So yes. So today we are giving away the 2 Zorns at the bottom there. And in future we will be giving away that Fomorian, so keep tuned. If you haven't already, make sure you followed us on Twitch. Make sure obviously you've liked and subscribed our YouTube, and you've liked our Facebook as well if you haven't done that. Obviously everyone helping obviously gets a step closer to giving away that Fomorian. So hi everyone. A quick intro that was. 13.
16 is 13.
So last week was a pretty intense match. We had a really quick catch up and realize, and then halfway kind of explaining it, I was like, oh my god, actually quite a lot happened. So mostly exposition. So if you haven't watched it, don't do that, but don't do it now. Watch this episode, get confused, and then go back and watch it. Yeah, so what happened previously was...
We got fucked up by a dragon.
Yeah, you got fucked up by a dragon.
Previously.
Gambion Everspire showed his true form, basically, and kind of forced Ansem's hand into accepting his deal, becoming allies.
It's like, you know, one of those things where you think you've got it totally under control.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just watch it as it spirals
Crumbles around you.
Yeah, and you go, you know what? Maybe I don't have control over this situation anymore.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
The mountain's on fire. Yeah, this ain't in my control anymore.
Guys, I've gone fucked up. But yeah, so the party went from Pilfer Reach after having a vision from Erebos and a dream-like state from Ansem. Went to a small landmark outside Pilfer Reach called Giant's Throne. They camped there. They were attacked by a few Iron Shadows and also Gambion Everspire after Ansem initially declined Gambion's deal of treaty. And then to force his hand, Gambion then lit up the entire campsite, immolating them in Dragon's Fire. So we had Drogon immediately knocked down unconscious. We had same with Erebos and same with Salazar. Though Salazar wasn't actually knocked unconscious by the Dragon's Fire, he survived it, but didn't survive the fall after he tried to grapple the dragon's tail and then fell through the canopy of trees. So Actually, to be honest, you survived Dragon's Fire. That is a title worth Salazar, maybe. Survivor of Dragon's Fire.
You didn't get hit by the dragon.
Oh,
No,
no, you
I
got full
didn't.
brunt.
I didn't
Right
take
in the
any death
face.
save because I tried to instead of basically what I wanted to do was grab its jaw as it was coming down and swing it out the way to try and help you guys. But I didn't get enough. I got a 27. I think I needed to beat a 30. And so I grabbed onto its tail instead and was like, I don't know. I took what 17 points of damage. So I think it was like 4 or 5d6 damage.
It was a
So
lot.
So
it's
you
gotta
never
be
got
like
hit with
50.
the dragon fire at all?
No, I got full brighted face. But
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, he took the entire amount. So, you guys are currently on this little mission here.
It was brutal.
Basically chasing after Morgrove's attackers, which turns out to be Mysterios, the strange mutated drow creature from Session 5. There we go, just close that. So you guys are essentially almost on that point there. We're going to jump in. Ansem is still at the top of the cliff. Arlo, you're still running around invisible. You guys are on 1 HP, rising. Your clothes are singed, if not completely burnt off.
You're naked.
You're just naked as always. 2 giant butt cheeks. And
That's how Erebos fights with dangling
what do you think?
Erebos
What do you think the Warhammer is? And oh, I'll have to cut that. And
He puts the boss in Erebos.
oh dear. And yes, so let's jump in. Let's start with Ansem first. So Gambion Everspire has just disappeared, walking through the trees, back in his human form, and the woman that you saw kind of floating off the edge of Giant's Throne has disappeared. You see your friends kind of below. Some of the trees are still on fire. What's going through Ansem's mind?
It's just that everything's racing up a million miles an hour. I'd probably just collapse, almost like exhausted from the short period of time that like a minute and a half that encounter was.
Mm.
It just drained everything. So mentally, physically, I'm just slumped by the cliff edge, just looking out, trying to like comprehend everything that's happened.
So like kind of looking over the cliff.
Yeah,
At
looking
all the
over at
fire, the smoke.
just
Yeah, man.
Trying to comprehend it all.
Cool. Okay. Let's go to Arlo. So you are invisible.
Yeah.
And you kind of mostly negated most of the damage that was kind of going around. What do you do?
What I'm gonna do? I'm freaking the fuck out right now.
Fair.
Because fucking dragon. So
Yeah.
I was sort of like basically trying hard not to puke, shit himself, and puke some more. It's just like it's almost like catatonic shock. I'm just like sitting, looking around. Like, what the fuck? 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 I'm gonna go to the nearest person to me. Who are they? Is everyone still unconscious? Aren't they?
They've just up 1 HP, but we're going to put you in just as they are being revived by Gambion. So,
Okay.
as he was leaving, so they are slowly like waking up, kind of assessing the damage.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the nearest person. I don't know who that
It was
is.
Drogon.
I'm gonna go up to Drogon and it's like, Drogon, what the fuck? What the fuck? Dragon! He can't see me at this point. I don't think.
No, you're invisible, so you just hear the sound of Arlo, but you don't see him.
The fucking dragon! What?
Am I how awake am I like conscious?
You're conscious, but I would say you're dazed.
The fucking dragon! What the dragon? Fire! Burn! What?
I'm just gonna brush myself off. Completely ignore this because I pretty cool. I mean, like I die every week. It's just like death of the day, like montage.
Save of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
This was overdue. Yeah, no, it's fair enough.
yeah. Like we've been chilling in Pilfrey. I think I died in Riverford at some point, but
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We should get you a little cup going. I died in crossed out, crossed out, crossed out, crossed out.
I should just start counting them.
Yeah.
Drogon the ever alive. So I'm gonna just brush myself off. Just not even, just barely even phased. I'm totally phased. But
You're
showing it.
Yeah,
Externally.
you're just gonna just get up and just have a little walk around the camp.
Just like even play it off so cool that it looks fake cool. Like
Cool.
yeah, words.
Roll deception because I want to see how well you play this off.
It's playing to his strengths, right?
Yeah. I think obviously you got your billow branch as well, so I think you can pull that out and have a couple of puffs on your billow branch.
Plus.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
So 18. What's my billow branch do?
I think it gives you advantage.
Is that only once per day, or do I just?
Just whenever it's.
I think
whenever.
as long as you've got puffing on it.
All right. Well, that's a 19 plus 7, 26.
Cool. You look at Drogon. He doesn't even look at you, and he doesn't. Yeah, he does exactly what he said.
I
Doesn't.
don't know if I was looking at him.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't. Well, obviously you'd look at the sound, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't. You just got up. You just see him acting like.
There is no voice.
This is a standard day for Drogon. He's just waking up. It looks like he's almost about to make himself a bit of breakfast. Standard waking up for Drogon.
Okay, freaks out more because this just seems to be so naughty. Nothing is wrong with it. I'll run over to Erebos. So everyone's freaking. What? Did you see that? Did you see the big gold fire?
What's that sound? Question: am I still on fire?
That's a good point. Well, I don't think there's much left on you to be on fire, so I would say no, you're fine.
Okay. Then I will get up, and I am going to try and hope and look for my horse and cart, my beloved horse and cart. If you killed it, Steve, there will be vengeance.
One thing is, I'm
Breaks the fourth wall and kills the DM.
just comes over, climbs. This will be used in court. Right. Everyone has seen that. Okay. Cool. Roll a d100 for a pure luck check. If it is below 25, they're immolated too. So 75% chance that they were fine and taken by Gynk.
Was it 0-1?
Okay, I'm fine.
Cool. Gynk and Gerald rush around the cliff from hearing the noise and hearing the fire, and they're going, "What the hell's going on? What the fuck is this? What? Who? Drogon, did you do this?
Might have, might not have. You weren't here.
Where's Arlo?
Right here, can nobody. Oh.
I think it's an action to turn it off, so
Yeah.
I guess you go.
I was
You're
gonna
here.
will myself out.
Yeah.
Really. Oh shit! I'm saying. You fucking see it? Listen.
We're on the other side. We saw nothing. We just heard a horrible noise. We got out of our tent and the place is lit up. Like
Dragon.
There was a dragon.
That was a dragon.
Dragon here. That's Drogon. Drogon.
I slap him. There was a fucking dragon.
He goes to you and goes. Okay. Chill.
I run over to Salazar.
He looks on the floor and goes. There's other bodies on the floor. What are they?
I killed them.
Is that before or after they were cooked?
Before.
Oh, okay. Okay, you run over to Salazar.
Okay.
Salazar, you are a 1 HP, but you are amidst all of these branches and... what's the word for a branch?
Bowels.
Why not? Amidst all these like leaves that come down as you've toppled through the canopy. You're on your back with one kind of twig poking at your ass. What do you do as Arlo rushes across to you?
You got any clothes, mate? I seem to have had the misfortune.
I'll give him my cloak of denier.
Cool, you've got a
You
cloak.
do fucking.
I
Tell
know,
me
I
you-
bleeding rode it.
Okay, I'm not losing my fucking mind. Why? Where? Dragon Ansem is
Well, last I saw
alive?
he was on the cliff when I was trying to get up there. I don't know if he's still alive. I'll go with you if you want.
Okay, yeah.
I need to have words with him.
Come on, go find, check him out. He's there.
Gynk comes around and has her great sword out. She goes, "Well, just in case there's anything else up there."
I'll put that away.
She goes, she puts it on her back. You guys going to go up to the cliff top?
Yeah, I'm going up the cliff.
Okay. Anyone else going up the cliff top?
Yeah.
Where's my horse and my cart?
They're around the other side of the giant's throne.
Okay,
Just
building.
gonna
Gynk
rub
and
out
Gerald,
my
they're looking
backpack
like
and
it.
all the things that are in it, because that was left incinerated.
And yeah, if
Didn't
you had a
have time to
backpack,
grab any of that. There goes the pouch. There's like 11 gold, probably melted on the floor.
it's fucking gold,
Still
man. That
molten at this point.
gold melts at a lower temperature than most. Right,
So
cool.
does that mean
Does-
all the gold that's on Bank of Erebos is gone?
No, he's got the pouch of what's it called? Purse of holding. I think you got.
Yeah.
I thought you had that.
Never
You
mind.
got purse of holding? Oh no, you just got a standard pouch.
You
I think you'll be
fucked off
fine.
into different dimensions with your purse of holding.
Yeah, it had the weird sprites from
There you go.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Nice empty
Oh, no.
looking inventory.
Yeah,
Straight away. I'll say, being benevolent, the gold's fine.
Yeah, most of my stuff's on the cart.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so you gonna head up the cliff with them?
I'm going to my horse.
Cool. Oh yeah, you're going to the cart. Drogon, you're gonna probably chill by the still flaming campfire because obviously even just now it's just even more on fire.
Oh, that's fine. That sounds like I need my 4 hours long rest.
Cool. Yeah. Drogon goes back to meditating. You two run and Gynk run up.
Just walking sort of like shoulders like that, like no.
No, you just
Just
you can ignore him. Fair. You guys with Gynk go up and kind of climb up to Giant's Throne. It's a bit of a climb. Obviously, just going around the long way. It's about 25 minutes. Working your way up instead of the 90-foot climb that you spider climbed up
Yeah,
literally
man,
the face
it's like
of it.
the fucking Hulk, like.
Yeah. Fucking like an animal running along a horizontal plane but vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
Mario in the old games, and you got the
yeah.
pink triangle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you make your way up, and you see Ansem. Like, are you curled on the floor? Are you on your knees?
He'll be on the knees.
On the knees, and you see him. Oh, you can describe it.
Was it literally just almost just in shock, just looking over the burnt forest and everything.
so sigh of relief from Arlo. You're still alive. That's good. So we're gonna go up to Ansem. Wait, what? Dragon? What? Fire?
Just gonna
I'm
get up.
emotionally drained by this point.
Just gonna get up. There are just some things you can't fight.
Dragons?
That's not the spirit.
What?
Always fight.
Literally just gonna walk past him.
Walk past them all.
Yeah, just walk past him all, and I'm just gonna start going down.
Okay.
Down the stairs.
The stairs of the cliff.
The stairs.
You kind of make your way, obviously, like a road going back down to the cliff face. You see him not really kind of paying attention to you. Just walks. Anything you guys want to do?
Oh, I'm here for 4 hours. Long rest, anyone?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling a bit burnt out.
But
Hey!
well done.
Ooh.
Get on with it. Okay, you guys head back down to the campsite. Ansem.
I'm gonna scoop up the
Dusty.
mithril and the dust.
The ash.
So the bone dust, the mithril,
Yeah.
the weapons, and just dump it in the cart for now.
Cool. As Ansem comes down, Drogon, you've just gone back to meditating. You're not paying attention to anything that's going on, right? Cool. Okay. So whilst you're meditating, what are you guys doing? You're just going to have a long rest from this point.
I don't want to stay here.
Okay.
Like,
You
flat out, I'm just like,
We can't just leave Dragon.
pick him up. He's meditating.
pick him up, put him on the cart. Can we just leave? I've seen some shit today. I want to find something that makes sense, something where there is a beer and a warm bed and a hot plate of meat, and I can go to sleep. And when I wake up, this will all have been a horrible, horrible dream.
Gynk comes along and kind of kicks the bones of a immolated Iron Shadow hobgoblin. And she goes, "Well, there's nothing around for days. Either way, we're going to have to camp. She goes, we can take the cart further west.
Yeah, let's do that.
She kind of looks at you.
Might
and
be
goes,
good. I hate to hear.
Gerald goes, I'll go and pack down the tent, and he kind of trumps. He kind of walks around and kicks through an iron shadow, kind of burnt out corpse on the floor, kind of causing a bit of a dust and smoke to come up, and goes, oh fuck it, and goes back. She looks at you and goes, what are we doing? Where are we going?
West.
Let's go west. I
Let's
think.
go west.
She looks at you all.
Let's go west. Let's go a couple of miles down the road.
Okay.
West.
They pack up the cart and they wait for you to all kind of get your effects. Gynk kind of points to you and then points to Drogon and goes, one arm each.
Well, I'm already on the cart. That's what I went to.
Oh, you went straight. Yeah, of course. She kind of looks at Drogon and she kind of like takes him around the waist and just picks him up like a large crate and just walks him to the cart and just goes and places him in it. And she goes, I'll never understand elves.
No, we've tried. It's not this one.
She kind of like settles the pony that's been just like disturbed by all the sound, and she kind of starts leading it off with the cart, and you start making your way west. I would say you travel for how long do you want to travel westwards for? A couple of hours, you said.
A couple of hours.
Okay, so I would say it's roughly about 12 o'clock. It was 12 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock ish. So you travel till early 4 o'clock ish. So it's dawn.
Yeah.
There's a very thin trail of light appearing, and she goes, I think this is quite far away now.
Yeah, looks good.
And she goes, should we set up camp here and sleep till late morning?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I mean, I feel like I'm like.
Yeah.
You're just up. You're just like, yeah, alright guys, let's go fucking party.
You got 1 hour of meditation left.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just keep sitting in the car.
Okay. They start kind of setting up the camp. Gerald goes out and comes back with a load of like twigs and sticks and makes a campfire. Kind of puts a bit of like meat on it and some bread and kind of just toasts it so everyone's got like a bit of a meal. And I guess all you guys have a long rest. So it goes on for 7 hours. So make sure you've got up everything. And it goes all the way up to was it 7:14? So it's 11 o'clock in the PM AM. So 11 o'clock AM.
During this time,
So you got 4 hours because you meditate.
I'd already done my meditate beforehand.
Oh, you did,
Because I was one of the first to go to sleep.
Well, do you sleep then, or do you just stay awake?
I stay awake. I'm gonna redo my ritual, but I need to reanimate dust.
Okay. You find a small kind of bit of ground next to the camp, but enough space for you to do your ritual. You start laying out all the bits you need to reanimate Dusty. Drogon, you kind of come to from your meditation, and you're a bit drowsy, you're a bit sleepy. You know, it's a meditate, but you kind of what you've gone through. You're a bit. I didn't feel a bit. You know when you wake up from a nap, it's not always amazing. You kind of have that weird feeling, and you look, and everyone is sleeping, and you hear a bit of noise, a bit kind of. I guess you've got it's spoken word ritual, isn't it?
It'll be like, I'm assuming there'd be like a pentacle there.
Very you're kind of chanting, you're kind of doing your mantra, and you hear him, and you kind of just glance over, and you see the same figure that you saw outside the arena, the creature that was made of worms in a golden robe, a golden and white robe, and it's kind of standing a bit about, I would say 15 feet away from Ansem, almost like in a triangle, you, Ansem and it, and it's watching him, almost like it's kind of looking at what he's doing, he's intrigued, it's almost like a researcher and a specimen sort of thing. He's observing Ansem's ritual, and then almost as he knows that you're watching him, he turns to you with its kind of worm-filled face. It points out to a worm manifested hand at Ansem, and it goes, death, 2 or 4, and it goes onto the ground.
Cool. Well, I assume that where it went to the ground, there's no sign of worms there. It's just like they all just disappear.
You make a bit of a kind of like a movement of to kind of check it, and almost like it fell apart, but you don't see a mound of worms.
Okay.
You don't hear or see anything, but you do hear a bit of movement coming from Drogon as he slightly moves.
Just ignore it and just focus on the ritual.
Cool.
Okay. Alright.
Well, I think very clearly I'm Drogon, so I'm gonna stealth over to him.
Cool. Roll stealth.
Ooh, that is not a good one.
Do
13.
you want to go off my passive perception?
Yeah. Well, you just pass perception because you'll be
16.
cool. You don't pass. Yeah. You see Drogon kind of stealth, kind of sneaking up, ish towards you
I'm walking over to you.
as you're doing your ritual.
I mean, you are doing your ritual.
Yeah.
You are, that's what the passive is. He's not paying attention to you. He just sees you out the corner of his eye. And you're doing a ritual. What would Ansem do as he sees Drogon kind of...
So while doing the ritual, so say I'll be sitting.
You're in a triangle, so imagine you, him, you're kind of away from each other.
So I'm just imagining like where I'm at. Well,
Yeah.
I have my originally say like my backish to him. While I'm focusing on this little ritual. As you get up and walk to the other side of it, so I've got doing the ritual and I can look at him.
Cool. So you go outside the circle and plonk yourself down and continue murmuring, and you may like look up at him, kind of keeping his eyes. You see Ansem reacting to your movement. What do you do?
I'm gonna just create a bit of random like arcane magic in my hand. Just kind of flip it around, like almost like a contact juggling ball.
Yeah.
Just as I'm walking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna not exactly pay attention to him until I'm close enough and I haven't alarmed. If that makes
Cool.
sense. And then I'm gonna dart over to him at the last second with a dagger. I'm gonna literally pull out the dagger and one thing just pin you down. Pin you down with a dagger to your throat. That's my plan. I'll
Okay.
let you decide what rolls what to see if I
Fuck
succeed
me.
or not.
Well, let's break that up because you're walking. Let's break that up into the different events. So you were walking through his
So-
contact magic. He stares
I'm
at you.
trying to deceive him.
Doing so roll deception to kind of act like you are non-hostile because you are hostile.
It's 12. I've got advantage, right? Okay, so it's 12 plus 19.
So 19, you see Drogon because you're going off your passive perception or
so-
passive insight. It would be probably even worse. Actually, yeah, passive insight, which is 10 plus your insight bonus.
So yeah, it'll be 13 then.
Cool. So you don't know what is going on inside Drogon's head. You kind of think, oh, that's a bit weird.
But
And-
it's I'm just trying to focus on.
Yeah, you're just trying to focus, and he's coming up to you. Right now, you've got to make an attack roll, I guess, on him to grapple him, because that's what you're essentially doing. You need at least one hand free, so you're probably going to go bang, dagger, but you're not actually doing an attack, are you? Okay, so
I'm not
roll.
slashing him, I want answers.
Cool. Roll
I
strength.
just want to threaten him.
Yeah, roll
So,
strength
Roll strength. What
to
is
grapple,
like pure
and you're probably
strength?
going to want to contest, or are you going to go with it? Because it's a bit of a rough and tumble.
I'm going to attempt to contest for a 10.
I got 17.
Fuck.
Cool. Yeah. So bang,
Drogon
bang.
angry.
Question: does this interrupt your ritual?
Yes, he's actively interrupted the ritual.
Cool. So be aware of that. Anything that happens from the interrupt your ritual, you have to start again, or
Yeah,
materials.
but basically, I need to.
Do that for another hour, or whatever.
I need to do another 8-hour ritual.
8-hour ritual.
You do it over the long rest. So because I already had my long rest essentially before then, it's literally just sitting down chanting.
Yeah.
So I was going to do it over the entire time we were doing this.
Cool. So, well, luckily it's only one. As you woke up, it's 1 hour into your guys' long rest. So it depends on how long of a breakfast you want, or lunch actually. By the time you wake, so this is probably around 5 in the morning. So you've got him on the ground. You've got a dagger to his neck. You guys roleplay.
I feel like
I'm just gonna grab you as a person. I'm gonna just touch you, and then with my
Chill
skeletal
touch.
graph.
Okay.
No, it's not chill touch.
I'll be in the other room. Just let me know when you've killed each other. Okay?
Chill touch is very deceptive, but no, I'm gonna touch you with my skeletal graft and try and basically I'm attacking you with it, and to do the paralysing touch of it to paralyse you.
Okay, so it's okay.
And as a byproduct, it does inflict damage.
I mean, I'm gonna
It's just me
Whilst
touching
I-
you.
Yeah, but like, as I pinned you down, I'm gonna get out one sentence before you do that.
Okay.
Well, you can still do that as I'm saying it. But I'm
Yeah.
I did not expect this to work.
Wow, I'm stronger than you. Right, go for it.
Who are you? That's
It's almost like I'm gonna like hit you right. I'm the one with the memory loss here, not you.
yeah. No, who are you? Who are you? I know you've got us all convinced that you're Ansem, but who are you really?
Okay, out of character, I really want to say I am you.
I am you, and your face changes. It's a dream! But no, this is all real.
Nope. Still the same guy.
Same guy as who? Who are you?
Ansem!
Okay, you go up a hill, then dragons appear. This never
Oh,
happened
fuck
before.
yeah, I'm just gonna
You were
hit you
there.
with
You
the
ended up
paralyzing
in
touch
yeah.
now.
Roll a hit. Or whatever it is.
19.
That does hit.
Yeah, I mean I'm 17.
Cool. You got to do a con save. Basically.
Ooh, he's alright though.
So
That's
that's
a
a nat
nat
20.
20.
Oh yeah, well fuck you then.
Plus
Well,
3, 23.
Still take the 3d8. There we go. Not 8
3d8 damage.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's 1d8 normally, but because the paralyzing touch does another 2d8.
Oh, okay, fine.
So it's 3d8. That's 8. Oh, fuck me, that's 14,
Okay.
21, 22. Necrotic.
I don't know if that makes
No, it
sense.
doesn't.
Just in case you got any resistances and stuff.
I don't think you have a.
No, I'm resistant to fire, that's it.
Cool.
Okay.
So basically I tase you with my finger. Fuck off!
You're still grappled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make
What?
any noise? Yeah.
When
You
you're grappled,
hear
does
that-
that
yeah.
not give you any, or give me or him any
I think the
advantages?
tumbling. Actually, everyone roll. What was your perception during your sleeping? So,
Mine's a 9.
what's your passive perception?
Passive is 11. Oh no, passive wisdom.
9.
Oh,
Do you know
passive
what?
perception. Yes, 11.
Do you know what I would say that you for the kind of who are you bit. I say you wouldn't have woken up.
I don't. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have, because while I'm very intense and in your face about it, I don't want anyone else to wake
Yeah.
up because I know that they're all on your side,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's a bad
convinced that
idea.
you are not who you say you are. Like, I'm convinced at this point.
Now the question is for Ansem that does it actually? What's the description of the thing?
Right.
Does it make a noise?
No, it doesn't make a noise. It's so you're making a melee attack with your undead graft against target, and it can cause paralysis on a successful attack. Target takes an additional 2d8 necrotic. It doesn't say it makes a sound.
Cool. Okay, I would say it doesn't make a sound. So it's your turn.
Cool. My turn. Oh god, this is gonna go very. Oh man, I could have cast a counter spell. Would that work?
It's not a cat. It's not a spell.
Oh, okay.
It's a thing or
It's a
power.
ability
That's the
for
one.
the class.
Process of casting a spell. Okay, I don't know. It sounds like a spell. But I'll trust you. Okay. Yeah. So, am I paralyzed as well?
You're not. You
No, you
passed
passed
the
that.
save, so you're
You're
not
fine.
paralysed.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can continue as normal. You've gotten
Yeah.
you've gotten held down and you've got the dagger at his throat.
I'll still just try to tase you.
Take 1 damage as the dagger kind of goes into your thing, because you've got to think about like as you're attempting to be paralysed, you would move.
Yeah.
So just take
I mean,
1 bit of damage as a bit of a kind of a
To even the battlefield.
yeah to even it out.
I'm
a bit.
under half health, but yeah, you take
Like
1
20.
damage.
1.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
Man,
So what's Dragon gonna do?
I am so.
Whilst
I
everyone's
swear to God, if you
looking,
do Thunderwave, I'm gonna be so mad.
Gerald sitting in the corner with
No,
like a bit of
what's-
chicken, watching the whole thing. Like,
Should I make someone?
he's sitting there going, should I? He looks at Gynk, who's like going, and he's like a thought bubble goes beep, 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 open to a bigger thought bubble, where it's him with the same thing at the campfire watching him, and he tries to wake Gynk, and then a sword appears through his stomach, and he goes, no, and he continues eating. So what's Drogon doing is he's got the knife to Anson's throat. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to find out from Anson?
I'm trying to work out who he is. Because right now, there's nothing and no one that's probably going to convince me otherwise. Like, okay, so just kind of backstory as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You were around you were annoying. We didn't really get on, but we were kind of friends. We went into like a temple thing. You exploded into red flame.
Yeah, so I totally understand.
saw a guy of worms.
Yeah, I totally understand
in the town.
everything.
So, and then you returned. Just, I'm totally that guy again. I just don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I'm totally not just a spy placed here to kill you. So right now, you're not the Ansem I know. That is as far as I know from what I should know, even though I know otherwise. But yeah.
No, it's totally fine, man. Like, do what you need to do. You don't have to justify it.
No, I'm just catching everyone else in case you haven't watched all the previous stories.
But I think you got one thing wrong. We never really did like each other. I mean, you did drop a barn on me.
It sounds like the barn didn't like you.
You let go.
You're just insulting a barn now.
Yeah.
You dropped the barn. It didn't have a say in that. It was happening.
So, Dragon, enlighten us. What are you going to do?
Please don't be Thunderwave.
This is not far off. What is around us?
So.
Are we next to a cliff? Are we next to a
No,
bridge?
it's a flat plain. There is. You've got the road. There is a bank of trees behind you. Kind of almost like a half circle, kind of around the campfire. Across the road, probably about a quarter of a day's walk. There's probably you can see a river quite far, and that's it. That's literally you looking at it.
Okay.
But yeah, yes. Brain just died.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use suggestion.
All right. He's got to make a save, right? Is it charisma?
It's cost of action to
That's
descend
wisdom.
may magically influence the creature you see within me. Creatures can't be charmed. Can you be charmed?
I get advantage against being charmed.
Mm.
Okay. So there's creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. I don't know if there's an advantage on this.
No,
Yeah, you get it from your elf on train.
Yeah. So what's the wisdom star?
Yeah, a target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Roll wisdom. You got disadvantage, I think, because of your illness.
What?
Do you take disadvantage on wisdom saving throws due to your long-term madness?
Shit, yes.
They would cancel each other
So
out.
I get a flat roll because I've
Flat
got
roll.
advantage. So for a 17.
Cool. What's your
18.
spell casting? 18.
Sorry, I count that
Spell
wrong.
casting modifier, I think, is
On
15
this?
on yours.
Yeah, spell save DC? Is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15. So you pass it. You cast suggestion. You
Well, I mean,
don't know if it's actually succeeded or
that's,
failed, I don't think.
that's fine.
So you say it, I guess you say it again.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to ask him. I was going to say, stop hurting me or otherwise you won't fool the others. That is literally what I'm going to say.
Okay.
And
But,
what do you...
but I'm going to assume that that's gone through because
Cool.
you immediately are not killing me.
Yeah.
So
Probably out of confusion.
on my turn, it's fuck you. I'm gonna punch you with the undead graph.
Oh god. Okay.
It's not gonna do the paralysing bit though. I
Okay.
can only do that once per long rest, I believe that is.
Okay.
Okay.
With the fuck you, that's going to wake people up. So everyone's now woken up, and Gerald's like, thank God. And he's going to go get his chick going, what? He's going to wake up going, what's going on, guys? He's still got his chicken around. Oh,
I assume I then can't spell this thing as well.
I'm just punching you with.
Oh,
an
yeah,
undead
just
graph.
punching me with your
my skeletal arm.
Cool.
I'm
Roll
punching
to hit.
with- I missed because
Okay.
I got a 15, and I
Yeah.
think your AC's higher than that.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Cool, okay, so you will wake up to the fuck you and whiff.
It's fuck you, and he's just gone. Nope. You hit me once, not getting again.
Cool.
I mean, I still got my knife to your throat.
Yeah. It's almost like I don't care if I die.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna.
I'm gonna walk right up to them at this
Well,
point and be like,
Well,
No,
you guys have now woken up as he says fuck you. He's now whiffed, so you guys have woken up and you see Drogon over Giggity Ansem,
Yeah.
kind of with a knife to his throat.
Well, I mean, I feel like almost in the same action, whereas like he's gone to go punch me, and I guess I kind of dodged because I don't think you're that bad at punching. You would just miss. So.
Well, it's,
I've probably got to like switch because I've probably swung to the side on first.
so you've gone
And I've got
right.
to do it again,
Yeah.
and then you've just gone, oh, I've
Oh,
just
yeah.
seen you do that. I'm not as dumb as you think I am.
Exactly. So I mean, in that exact action, I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna use a thunder step, obviously, as I pull away from you.
Cool. I think it's 30 feet.
I can teleport myself to an unoccupied space you can see within range.
And
I'm gonna go somewhere.
90 feet.
90
Yeah,
feet.
up
Cool.
to 90 feet.
At which point you can see him. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. There is a bit of kind of a tiny bit of sunlight coming over from the mountains behind to the west.
I mean, I have dark vision. That's really...
East to west, so to the east. But dark vision is
120 feet.
100 feet. Oh yeah, fine.
Yeah. I can see
Where are you
everywhere.
gonna go?
I'm going to go to somewhere where they won't see me.
Trees.
That means, like trees, bushes, like on the other side of the road, like I
Is
don't
it-
know,
well, you-
probably like 50 foot away. I don't know exactly where everything is placed.
I'll give you
but,
3 options. 50 foot into a load of trees, you kind of see like a little spot that you can go point into. You've got the road kind of going down, there's a small decline, and you can try and point over that way, or you can go 50 foot down the road. So across the campfire and across the road, into the trees or down the road.
Which is the way that would put everyone that's just woken up on the other side? Like where can I be? Where I'll be? on the
It would be across the road.
Okay, cool. That's the one I'm going to go to.
Cool. So you despair.
Yeah, I'm going to cast this as 3rd level. That is my only thing with 3rd level.
It's
Obviously.
gonna sting. It's Ryan's laughing in the
So
corner.
everyone jumping in now. Drogon's
Sorry.
thunderstepping.
It's not
Whilst,
to get away, it's to do damage as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting away.
Getting away is a byproduct.
3d. Oh, you've got to do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna expend my one chance to. I think it's get advantage on it. Let me just double check. So you get advantage or get to reroll.
What's everyone doing at this kind of this moment as Drogon just goes almost like fizzles like a
So I
Fire,
can
okay.
reroll one failed con save, but I've got to take the second
I'm
result.
probably going to grab my spooky looking spear and then go up to Ansem, because I ain't
Does-
got the thingamabob so far.
does
And I'm
a
literally
16
going to point
pass?
that, just keep him on the floor.
cool. So you're running up towards
I don't know
Ansem
what
with
it's
the spear.
against.
Yeah. I was
It'll be
running
the
towards
spell save.
Drogon's
Oh,
tribe.
okay, so yeah, that's
Something
15.
else
Yeah.
is-
So
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
you're
So I
aiming
survived
for
the con save,
Drogon
so
Yeah.
as
half
he's about to
damage.
disappear and
Yeah,
Erebos.
so I've got to do 3d10.
I lock
I'm
eyes with
trying to
Gerald and
That's
see
decent.
that he's eaten my chicken.
Cool. Gerald look kind of listen goes, oh, what's up? And he looks at you, looks at the chicken.
I
Going,
do.
shit. Drogon's hair.
Oh my god!
So that's 15 plus. I can't see the other one.
There's
They're
9,
2
9,
nines,
and 5.
there's 18, 5,
24.
24, yeah.
24 points
12.
of damage to Ansem as
Well, 12 damage because he
'cause
saved.
I
He
made
did
the
a
save.
Constitution saving throw.
So that is 34.
Cool. And I'm going to be exactly silent and still when I land, so no one can see even which direction I disappeared to.
Fucking. The fuck!
What
what?
the? Ain't no in character right now.
Spear over you, like, what
Alright.
is happening? What's going on?
Do you want some as well now?
Alright, enough.
It's just that everyone's trying to
Enough.
fucking fight now.
Drogon's
No, I need to
disappeared.
know what's going on. He
According
will
to
only
all of
do
you.
something in a certain situation
According to
from
everyone,
what I
including
know of him so
everyone.
far.
I'm pretty sure he's just an asshole.
Salazar, stand down.
Otherwise, I'm gonna
Fuck is
fucking.
Ansem, what the hell is going on?
I woke up
Drogon's
seeing
being
this.
Drogon.
Yeah, I woke up seeing it. Yeah, what?
It's Drogon.
Drogon doesn't normally have a reason to want to kill you. He doesn't like you. He doesn't want to try and kill you usually. What's going on?
He
Why are
dropped
you
a
fighting?
barn on me. I
Yeah.
don't think he cares.
Why? Where is he?
If I
Where's he
knew,
fucked
I'd be
up?
fucking throttling him.
Right.
So Drogon's disappeared, causing low damage to Ansem. You've come in as he goes disappeared. You've gone to jump in. He's disappeared and tumbled
Yeah.
a bit, and you've gone up to Gerald as he goes and offers you some chicken.
Some chicken, I'm taking the whole fat.
You're gonna take the knapsack and
It's
like.
my motherfucking chicken.
And you snatch the knapsack off Gerald and just walk away to the other edge of the campfire, ignoring. You're literally stepping through this lot,
Yeah.
not like, paying attention to what's going on. You step over the kind of the tip of this spear as Salazar's pointing, as whilst you munch on this chicken. Sorry, carry on.
I'm just gonna get up, even if you're pointing the spear at me. I'm just gonna get up.
I'm pointing it dead at your throat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get up. I'll fucking keep it in line with my throat if it makes you feel better.
Yeah, like sharp as hell. Like,
Yeah, I'll keep it in line. It won't be pushing on against it. I'll keep it in line. If it makes you feel better. Otherwise, if you want to try and go
Gynk-
further, I'm gonna.
Gink
kill
gets
you.
up and goes, "What the hell's going on? What's going?" One night.
the elves
Of
were
sleep.
fighting.
Well, and she looks around and goes, Where is he? Look, what's gone on? What's happened? Talk.
I was just doing a fucking ritual to get my undead friend back. And
Yeah.
that fuckhead just tried to jump me and put a knife to my throat.
And she kind of goes, well, there's necromancy, but... Okay, fine, Okay, well, let's just... Okay, right, let's chill, alright? Okay, do you need bandages? Do you need to be sutured up or anything?
No, because I think it's all just internal damage, really.
Okay, well, that's where the blood's supposed to be, so that's fine. She looks to everyone else and goes, right, can we at least just get some sleep, get some rest? Where's the other one?
I'm
She
going
goes,
to
"Driver!"
sleep until we find where he is and find out why he did what he did.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's go look for him now.
Right, I'm going to use my circlet of blasting.
Your circuit of blasting.
Yeah, scorching ray
On-
on Ansem
Oh,
out of the
for
tree.
fuck's sake!
I thought you were on the other side of the road.
Yeah, I am, but it's I just looked
Got
at
a
my
stupid
phone.
range.
I've got 120 foot range. On
Yeah.
that. I
Okay.
thought I was only 60 foot away.
So you're on a slight decline. So you've gone down the road, literally road, so everyone can see on the tape. Road, campsite with trees, and you're down here.
Cool.
50 foot
I mean,
away.
how bad is the decline? Like,
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like I can shoot
About-
over the decline.
Probably about like 15 to 20 degrees.
So you're going to see rows of fire.
Okay,
come
so you're going to
and
go.
hit him dead
Pew!
Yep.
You're 50 foot away, or 90 foot away if you use the whole movement of the thunderstep.
Oh no! You said I was only 50 foot. And
Well,
besides, the scorching ray is 120 feet.
Well, let's say you're 90 foot because it still hits. And okay, so fine. So you cast a load of scorching rays.
This is gonna sting.
Mhm.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna obviously hurl all three at you.
yeah.
Do I? I can't do this at a higher level than I am.
No,
No.
it's just because it's the circlet.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so
And don't forget you get your +5 on top.
I get +5 what for each
For
dice?
the-
To hit,
To
on top
hit.
of your normal to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
you
your roll to
plus
hit
9.
is a plus 11.
Do I
so-
have roll?
Oh
to
yeah,
hit?
yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
me.
Oh, make ranged attack for each roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
Don't
a plus
worry.
11 on all
You've got to
of
get. Okay, so you got +11. You have to get over 13.
So you
13.
need more than
His
2.
AC is
You need
13.
2 or more. So if you basically if you get in that one, you don't get it.
Okay.
Well, that's hit.
1 hit,
That's hit.
2 hit,
And that's definitely hit.
3 hit.
That was
Nice.
3
That was
fives.
weird.
That was 5, 5, 5. Right?
Oh my
I got
god.
3 lows, so it's a 5. Cool.
The number of the. I can't.
Number
number
of
of
the
the
beast's
dragon.
reception.
The number of the dragon. 5, 5, 5.
Yeah, cool. And then it's so 66. 1,
Yo.
2.
Right, you
3,
hear the sounds
4,
of magic being
5.
cast to the north, and you hear and these 3 huge darts
Oh, it's
fall
not even that strong.
into the air, and they are coming straight down for Ansem.
21.
Has anyone got a reaction?
I jump in front of him.
No.
Well, I'll probably be like the spear like that and then see that and just be like,
So you
the
probably-
dragon's back!
I'm probably in the middle of like talking to these guys and just get fucking blindsided.
Alright, roll whatever the damage is.
So what is it?
21.
21. So that takes me down to 13.
Cool. Yeah, you are slammed by these 3 bolts of fire.
Fucker!
You obviously probably done at that point. You've gone, "Get down, Mr. President!"
Yeah, pretty much.
and grabbed him and tumbled onto the floor. A bit late,
Bit late, yeah,
but
he's
hey ho. So Ansem, you're on the floor. Arlo's over you. Gynk and Gerald. Gerald's now got up and they've drawn their swords and they've got shields out. And they form like a small shield wall between you and the rest of the party. They have no idea it's you because obviously they're in a turn. They can't see into the dark apart from Gynk who can. And she goes, "I think I found him."
I'll walk on over.
They walk on over as well, kind of shields up and swords, and goes, "Come on, dragon, let's stop this nonsense. Let's be peaceful about it. Let's talk this out and see what's going on. We'll keep you separate. No one has to harm anyone else."
Can I cast a cantrip while they're doing this? Can I do it as a
I would say
subtle spell
I
as
would
well?
say you're, if you use sorcery points, then yes, you may.
No, I'll use a sorcery.
He has to.
Yeah, if it's quickening, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
no,
go
no,
for it.
not quicken.
No.
Oh, okay.
That, to do it, I'll allow you if you spend the sorcery points to do it.
What, to do it as a quicken spell?
Yeah.
Okay, can I use quickened and subtle spell at the same time?
No, you can't use
No.
2 magic
You
on
want
the
to use the
same.
subtle spell, which is the same thing. It's still spending it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still-
but I'm saying it has to be quick enough for you to use it because it's 2 actions. So I'm saying,
Oh, right.
or you have to wait until everyone's had the turn to do an action.
Well, I mean, like, if I'm 50 foot away, I mean, they can walk 30 foot towards me before I do it.
yeah, but that's just Gynk
That's
and
fine.
Gerald. I haven't said what these guys want to do yet.
That's fine.
So, Arlo, you dived onto Ansem, Erebos and Salazar. You've just seen 3 things come out.
I'm
Gynk
following
has-
those 2 that have walked with their shields things.
You've gone 30 feet for your
I got
character.
40 feet maybe.
45, there you go. You've got 10 feet in front of them too.
Yeah, I bustle through them, like, you know, like,
They
just
kind
sort
of
of,
like move across.
just sort of like smirk on my face, just sort of like swords and shields.
Yeah. Cool. You got your chest out. Your hair, you slick your hair back. Like, they're kicking it.
Just sort of poke around and be like, Dragon, is that you doing that?
Have you got dark vision?
Yeah, I got 60 feet.
Oh, you can see him clearly.
Is it you?
Yeah?
What happened? What's going on?
He's not who he says he is.
What do you mean?
He
Well,
just-
actually, I saw him die beforehand, and
Yeah.
now he's back.
he's not. You'll know.
You make a compelling argument.
I mean, to be fair, you're the
Turns
only one
on-
who's like friends with
Salazar
me.
turns on the spot. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? For it's basically 1 action, 1 move kind
Yeah,
of role play.
I basically I had my back to those 2.
Yep.
But I'm going to stop anyone that comes past me, but keep my facing Drogon.
Yeah.
But
You
what
kind of
I'm
like
going
hold
to
him
do
like that.
is no, like that. Like if they come past, to use the hook of the javelin to
Oh.
trip them onto the floor.
I like. Okay. Can you, I say you like almost like ready in action for that.
Yeah, it's readying it, but
Yeah.
in like an incredibly subtle way.
Yeah. You
To stop
could have
any
that
more
dangling on the floor or something.
Fighting happening. So.
Cool. Erebos. You've walked away with the chicken and you've just seen Ansem just go pff, as Arlo goes no. On top. What do you do? As you just see someone take out.
Set up my lawn chair, sit down, watch the show.
Another David Drogan.
I've got 1 HP. I'm not
You find some like cornmeal from some corn from your side and you put it into this pot and you put it on the stove and you wait for the load of like popping to happen. And you're like, I've got this. And you're sitting like, I remember this recipe from home. and you go, I need butter. Seasoned. There we go, nicely. Yeah, you kind of set up a little stool, like a little log, and just watch the show. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Ansem, you've got Arlo on top of you.
Right, I'm going to try and get him off me.
Yeah.
Oh, just get off.
Don't resist, just get out.
Yeah, you kind of tumble over. And
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yep.
That's 19.
Nice, damn. Cool. Is there anything quick that you want to do? Kind of as you stood up for Ansem. Is there anything you want to do?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I don't really know what's going on. I'm like confused as fuck, so I'm not thinking clearly, so.
Okay. It goes back.
So I just saw these big fucking things.
Yeah.
Trying to hit my friend. Drogon's disappeared.
Okay.
I'm not thinking clearly. I don't know what's going on.
All right, Dragon.
Cool. Are you right next to the fire? Well, the campfire still. Isn't
Everyone's kind of got towards the campfire bit. You, as you said, you're kind of sitting on the camp chair. So I'll say you are. You got.
I prefer to be near my horse. So,
Yeah. Okay. So well, it's kind of around this campfire area. I would say between the horse and the campfire, it's 10 feet.
Okay.
And you probably were sleeping within that 5 feet between it. Ansem is on the opposite side of the campfire with Arlo next to him. Gynk and Gerald are across the road, 30 foot, and then 10 foot is Salazar, and then so that's 40, 30, 40, and then 50 foot down the road is Drogon right at the end. So back to you.
Cool. How far are these guys? What, you're about 20 foot away from the campfire?
So
I'm about
Salazar is 40 foot away from the
foot away
campfire.
yeah.
5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot.
Okay, cool.
Didn't say you got a fireball.
No.
Oh, thank God.
I can't
Fire.
fire.
No, like, I'm an idiot, but I know when I'm outnumbered. And if I just start trouble, shit goes down. So I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Yeah.
And just over the top of a fire, I'm going to create this light image of something not too dissimilar from what I just saw, basically repeating what just happened. So this worm thing is going to kind of come out of the fiery things, and he's going to point at Ansem and be like, 2 or 4, death, fake. Because I'm going to add that in, because I need you to believe me.
Okay.
And then it's just going to disappear back into the fire.
Everyone sees that. I like that. Everyone sees that. And I want you to roll deception for the fake.
Okay.
Because you need to be, obviously, you can recant. You
That
recall.
is a 20.
Yeah, fine. So you can easily recall things that happen obviously in life as a minor illusion, but to add things in, I would say it has to be a deception roll. It's almost like a deep fake sort of thing.
I'll use my sorcery point, but I'm also using that quicken so he can see that I'm doing it, but he can't see that I've done any sort of action to make that happen.
Cool. Minor illusion is semantic and vocal.
Subtle illusion.
So, okay, fine.
A subtle illusion, yeah, semantic, but subtle spell means that I don't do any, or noticeably do anything when I cast it. So.
Okay, yeah, so you spend a sorcery point, another one to do the subtle spell.
Another one?
One for the. Oh, no, you didn't use the quicken
I
one in the
didn't
end,
use
did
the
you?
quicken.
No, so yeah, you spent a sorcery point for the subtle spell, and you cause the minor illusion in front of you three. Gynk and Gerald turn to the noise and see the star spawn creature going, recalling, kind of pointing at Ansem, going, "Death, 2 of 4, fake," as the added word that's been added in, and then disappears into the fire. Bear in mind, this is the first. I think this is the first time you've shown everybody this.
Oh yeah, no one
I don't
else
think
has any idea. No, I never even told anyone that there was.
You've
a
never
worm
told
present.
anyone, so obviously bear in mind that if you remember back to outside the arena, when Salazar was first introduced, that Drogon had the same vision, but he actually never told anyone about
Yeah,
it.
so none of you guys actually.
So,
know what
this is
the
the
fuck
first
that thing
time.
is.
Answer. Roll a history check,
Yeah, fuck me.
because you may have recognised something.
17.
Cool. You recognise the robes. The robes that the creature is wearing, you recognise them.
As...
Something you read about the cult of the 4 horses.
Oh, shit.
You recognise it. However, doesn't belong to the cult.
Okay. It's like affiliated.
Yeah, it's affiliated with the prophecy of it and the rumours.
That's affiliated with that apocalypse cult. The robes.
Yeah. What the fuck is it?
I don't fucking know.
Anyone?
And
Drogon, the
by
fuck.
the way, I'm walking towards him whilst I did all this. as
Oh,
well.
okay, so
Yes,
you've moved
but
20 feet.
Slowly.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
so-
not 30 foot, like 20 foot. I'm
Cool,
walking
so
towards.
there is 50 feet between you, so there's 30 feet between you and him. So there's still a way. Oh no, you've got 30 foot movement.
I do, but I'm going to walk slowly.
Okay, so
Because I don't trust him.
cool. I'll say 20 foot then, because I've just said it and I've just done the math.
I don't.
Cool. Ansem, sorry, you remember where you read it, and it was when you were catching up with things in Oxenbert, reading about obviously the cult of 4 horses. I think you were reading up in Oxenbert, or was that Paranos? Help remind me.
If it was when you went to the library with me.
I think it would have been an Oxenberg because it was literally
Prince
on the-
Mill.
Yeah, it was the
Cool.
Ultimate Power spin-off. I did a lot of book research.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So, what was I going to say? Yes. So, you remember it's part of the cult of the 4 horses. Well, it's not part of the cult. It's part of the prophecy. You remember kind of the robes they were wearing, and you also recognise it from earlier this evening.
Is it similar to what?
The woman.
Oh, fuck.
The woman's wearing similar robes, but not the same. However, the woman seemed like a human,
Yeah.
not this strange creature of worms.
So what I've done is I've pointed it out and it's going, oh, fuck.
Cool. You will hear him go, "Ah, it's about the cult of the podcast." Blah, blah, blah. Oh fuck.
Do I even hear it as far away as I am?
You hear us, "Oh fuck," coming from the campfire. What do you two do? Just because you are immediate to Ansem. You see this creature. It recalls what it is. You hear his explanation. What's going through your minds?
What trickery is this? I pull out my bow, knock it, and point it straight at Drogon because I don't understand what's going on.
Why do you think it's me?
Because you're the asshole who just tried to knife me and then
really?
burn
There's a
me.
whole thing that's
You-
just appeared in the campfire.
Yeah.
I don't know. You play you, but
I think you're. Can I see him walking towards us at this point?
He's quite far away. I would say you
Can I see an
can't see
outline?
him. You can see a very faint outline. It's still moderately dark at this point, but you see a faint outline about. Oh shit! We're trying to do math now.
From him, it's
30,
about
40,
60 or something. isn't it?
70 feet away from you, down the right, like down the hill. You can see kind of like the outline of Drogon. Gynk and Gerald walked back towards the thing. Is it like an R2D2 kind of constantly on replay, or
No.
does it stop?
It's like the
It
embers
forms.
of the fire form. And it's like a bright, glowing, not quite full color, but like a glowing version of what I saw.
Yep.
Says all the stuff, and then it just kind of collapses back into the fire.
Okay.
With like a plume of smoke that comes up from where it was. So it looked like it was like a message teleported through the fire and then disappears.
Gynk and Gerald look at that and go,
Uh,
"We've seen some shit, but we haven't seen this. What the fuck is going on?" And they look at you and go, "Talk."
I fucking.
And one points at you and talk, and then he points at the Drogon and goes, "What the hell's going on? Can we just talk and actually just get the shit out in the open instead of you doing your weird, shitty messages and riddles?" From where I come from, we beat the shit out of each other. Fair. But at least we understand why we're doing it. What the fuck's going on? And she shows Salazar her teeth-breaking rock. I'm quite good at this shit. She puts it back in her pocket. I'm quite a well-good champion at kind of breaking in people's faces. But we know why we do it to each other. Fuck knows what is going on. Can someone just explain?
Oh, it's very simple. We were with a gentleman called Ansem, but he disappeared. He was destroyed.
Yeah, we
And then,
found him in Oxenberg.
Yeah, suddenly, it's weird when someone dies and then you find someone with his face, none of his memories. Like, he knows some things, like as if he'd been researching it, but he doesn't know it all. He comes back, he's missing a hand. Oh, I don't know where I've been. Now he's just coming along and suddenly dragons and us all dying.
Okay. Start off,
He speaks.
Erebos picked me up. I didn't.
That's true.
I didn't actively look for the group. Erebos picked me up. The hand I did after I met up with Erebos. He saw me do it.
Shit, that's true as well. That was
It's
weird.
also true.
It was really weird shit. We didn't appreciate that, by the way. I'm going to point out. I vomited. It was worse.
You weren't there. That's probably why you don't know these things. You didn't even bother to ask. So you've been. Don't know.
So where did you go? Where did you go when you were in that crypt?
Okay, I died.
You died.
I
Why did you
died.
die? No one hit you. You just decided to have a bit of an explosion.
Did you miss the bit where the fucking white stabbed me and drained all essence out of me? Or did you, or were you just, selectively blind?
She looks and goes, "I don't think we were hired at that point, so I think..."
I mean, I can replicate the effect on you if you want. See if you could just walk away from it.
You will not harm me.
By this point, you've slowly walked good thing. You've got up to Salazar. They've walked away from you,
I'm
so...
up to you.
I'm
but
standing next to Drogon.
Cool.
at this point.
So,
like not like in front of him, but like next to him, in support of his argument.
Gerald goes, all right, calm down,
This
calm down.
dude died. I watched him explode.
Okay, so he's... Okay.
Okay.
So we found him in a pub with this giant
How
guy.
long has Ansem been with us? When did Ansem join? When did your
I
last
would say
character
he's probably been with you for about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm trying to work out like city-wise.
City-wise,
Oh,
it
session,
was
I can tell you
backed by where the
exactly
region
session-wise,
Huh?
because we went through it on Friday. I can tell you...
Prison. Oh yeah.
was.
he
Yeah,
in the
that was the
prison.
session I joined.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the prison, did we go kill the trolls and
You went
the
killed.
ogre?
You killed the ogre. You went to
Okay.
Gambion. You
What was the name of the ogre?
didn't actually find out his name. You just knew him as the one-eyed org.
The one-eye orc. We were sent by Brand, right?
You were sent by Merrin.
Merrin. Okay. At any other point have we met Merrin?
Yes, you went back to Paranos to get the money.
Okay. But with him?
Yep.
Both times?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so at Paranos, right?
Cool.
So I'm going to go, okay, then answer these questions that answers should know, right?
Prepare a history check.
I'm hoping I don't roll low.
1. Who sent us to go kill the one-eyed dog?
24.
Oh, yeah, you recall it.
Cool. As Guy. Who was it? Sorry, I wasn't paying
So
attention.
it was the Chamberlain of Amberglade, Merrin, after the city was ransacked.
It was that fuckhead Merrin after the city burned.
Okay.
Or it was town, whatever you want to call it.
I've got to think of more questions because
Oh, come
I
on.
barely remember what we did.
She goes,
yesterday.
okay, so hold on. There's going to be 2 sides to this argument. You believe that he is not who he says he is, so you have to prove who you are, right?
Well, fuck you! That's basically the only thing I can
No,
do.
hold on. But you're trying to convince us how. Because obviously he died, fair, but you were told by some strange creature?
And this is the thing.
Like that thing that appeared in the fire?
Did no one realise
That thing
how
keeps
I
coming
would
back.
possibly survive? You were all there when I bought the fucking 1-up doll from the shopping spree.
He does raise a point.
I was not there.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't care.
I
about
remember.
you.
Speak lies.
I remember the I remember the doll. I remember the doll.
You're not even meant to be here. I don't even get why you're here.
Nor do I.
Yeah.
Might just leave.
Oh, poor
Go on, then.
Salazar.
Come on, let's go claim these little bastards you're trying to find.
I feel like I'm with Salazar, but there's more important things. 2 of 4. What's 2 of 4? What are you 2 of 4?
I mean, 2 of 4 is 2 still. That is right.
2 of 4?
The burn company.
Yeah. What?
Wait,
No.
No? 2 of 4.
2 of 4 is 2.
There's
No,
6
no.
in the burn
That's the
company.
mathematics of it.
I think it's
what is the
5.
2 of 4
5
about?
5 in Bow Company, 2 of 4.
Numbers.
2 of 4.
He
There's
spoke about the
something
cult
else
of the
within
4
that.
horses.
Sorry?
Okay.
Ah,
Sorry, question?
Sorry, what?
there.
There?
What's the question?
Where?
Oh, there, you're pointing at me.
Well, at him, but like the 2 of 4.
2 of
It
4.
clicked for me.
You're 2 of 4.
My 2 of 4.
Why are you 2 of 4 of?
Yeah, no idea what you're on about.
The thing.
The thing.
Fire.
The fire.
Called you 2 of 4. What does that mean?
I thought that was either one, the thing's got to curse us, or 2 is your fuckery.
My
And-
fuckery. No.
Well,
this
what-
thing has been following me around ever since.
Okay.
So
the
it's
day
it's
returned.
you.
You can see it too,
I only saw it then.
which I also saw.
Hold on, so you're saying only you saw this creature?
No, I mean, did you not see the thing in the fire?
We saw the thing in the
Did
fire.
you see the thing in the
Saw the
fire?
thing in the fire, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that what you're on about?
I mean, I've seen it
Is that the
before.
only time you've seen that?
No, I've seen it before. I saw it once. The
Whoa,
day
whoa.
I met you again.
Again.
Well, no. When did you see it?
Huh?
When did you see the first time? Gynk
When we
Ghosty?
were in
Oxenburt.
Oxenburt, I was by myself, and I saw him. And then I've just seen him right now in the
What
fire.
did the first time? What happened?
I'm just gonna roll a history check because I
Cool.
don't fucking remember what, what it told me the very first time. Should I do a history? Yeah.
Roll a history, but it's gonna be.
Not very good.
I'll give you a good amount of details.
I mean, history. I mean, I got 11.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's put it this way then. Okay. So, DM's player wise.
Mm.
So, you were outside the amphitheatre of Oxenburt after
Yeah.
being charmed by Gambion Thornton.
Yeah, I left by myself.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
charmed you to leave and not enter.
Yeah.
As soon as you left, you then saw the same creature that went first of 4 war, and you then got transported into a snowy plain where you saw 2 mountains bending
Oh, the
towards each
mountain
other.
thing, yeah, become a gate.
And to form a gate, and you saw it kind of like ripple with energy, and then you came back, and you've dusted some
That's
snow
not
off
good
you.
then.
Yes.
War, 1 of 4, large arcane gate in the mountains.
Cool.
Cool. Alright.
You kind of like got rid of some snow. You went back, and yeah, that creature showed you that. So you saw 1 of 4, and now you've just been pointed 2 of 4.
Okay.
War, 1 of 4 war, 2 of 4 death.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm going to essentially...
And you essentially maybe say that in Drogon's voice.
Yeah, basically. Blah, 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 blah.
King goes. She goes to you and goes. Where did you go?
I saw, like, the first time I met him, I went to the mountains. There was a...
Describe
huge
how it
gate.
looked.
2 mountains touch each other with a huge gate in the
Can
middle.
I do a
That's
history?
war,
You see
1 of
Gerald
4.
drop his sword.
Can I do a history to see if that's connected to the arcane gates?
Gerald drops his sword and Gynk just looks horrified and she goes, "We've been there."
Can I do an arcane?
Yes, you may. She goes,
I got that one. I'm oblivious to that.
you know what it is in the sense of you understand the rippling
It's a
energy,
game.
but you don't understand the kind of implications of it. They go to you and go, "We've seen that."
What is it?
What?
It's a game sometimes.
We've seen the mountains, but it's not 2 mountains. It's 1 with a massive hole inside it. Imagine a mountain has been carved by some horrible darkened energy. We went to it. We were trailing this band of this strange tribal leader that's been attacking the Goliath wall up in the north. We went out to try and deal with him on his own ground. We couldn't find them. We continued onwards for quite some time until we found a camp that was decimated. We couldn't understand why everyone was killed. Then we realised that they killed themselves, all of them, each other, flayed their skin. This camp, we got to it in a blizzard, so we decided to wait it out and try and clear out some time so there wasn't any pestilence around. And then once the blizzard obviously went away, we came out and prepared to leave, and behind us was that gate, that large, horrible, mountain-sized thing. She looks at you and goes 2 of 4. 1 of 4. She looks towards you.
2 of 4.
But he went to you 1 of 4.
Yeah, he said to me 1 of 4 at the other town, and then he took me there. You were with me just now. Did you not see the thing?
2 of 4.
2 of 4. Death. Fake.
Gynk kind of...
I'm the fake death then. Wait, so I'm just...
Why are you fake? Why are you the fake death gate? How are you a gate? You're a fake gate. We'll give you that.
Are you having an aneurysm, a stroke or something? But alright, being serious, so you're War. Yeah? This is what I'm taking from it. He's called you War. You are War. I'm death, but I'm fake. So this is either, I don't know, the possibility of being real or not. I have the potential to be death. Or a replica of some kind.
She looks to you and goes, this is far beyond anything that we should be dealing with at 5 in the bloody morning!
You are not to be trusted.
And
No, are you!
She points her sword.
I had a bit of a dream, suddenly dragons. Fuck you.
Everybody's also had nightmares.
Yeah? What was your nightmare about?
I have already gone back to sleep.
you're kind of...
What was your nightmare about?
You're kind of chicken.
Yeah.
Gerald and Gynk go, look. They go, Erebos, look. We don't know what the hell's going on, but...
All I'm saying is...
we need to go to somebody who does know.
Now there's dragons.
Fuck it. There's always been dragons. It's just we've confronted it now.
Okay.
Salazar.
Why
Any
you
tales
got
from the
mine?
south?
Why are you making deals with the dragons?
It was...
Did you make a deal with the dragon?
It was...
Did you make a deal with the dragon? Yes, no.
Yes,
Just
otherwise
go
you'd have all
bring
died.
Huh?
Yes, otherwise you'd have all died.
I don't need someone else fighting my battles for me.
You are on the floor dying, so
Fuck you!
shut the fuck...
Oh god!
Did you actually javelin that at me?
Yeah, I'm javeling the abyssal spear at you.
Right, okay.
Jay's back in.
Roll a hit.
Bodyguard.
You're 5 foot away from them.
A total 18.
Fucking... You know what?
Can I?
No,
While
it
he's
doesn't.
throwing that, can I try and throw my sword and knock it out of the?
Yes, I'll allow it, but you got an 18?
18 to hit, yeah.
Cool, 18.
1.
Cool. Yes,
Alright.
you throw your spear and it clangs against the carriage, which scares obviously the pony. That's kind of grazing next to it.
Enrage.
Alright.
Hold on, that's one thing at a time. The spear goes woof, and you are skewered by it.
Fucking...
Roll your damage, which is obviously 1d6 for a thrown.
Yeah.
Cool. And then roll a 1d8 on top of that.
Okay, cool. I am going to run in and grab it and then pull.
Cool. Okay.
As my second
Well,
part.
actually, you are 30 foot plus the 10 foot away from the road. So you're 40 foot away.
Which is the exact speed I have.
Oh shit, yeah, of course. Cool, so yeah, you're gone.
That barbarian.
The damage is a measly
Don't you roll
4,
the d8 on top?
and then the d8 is 7.
So it's 11.
Oh, 11 in total, cool. You are skewered by the harpoon, and you feel the harpoon bend behind you and grasp the back of your back.
I just can't get a break at the moment.
Before you run up to it, you feel this kind of energy, kind of like this totally necrotic energy. It's a d8 necrotic damage.
Oh, I take resistance to that.
Oh, well, okay, there you go.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry, I should have said that.
So then it's...
So 7, so 3 rounded down, so that would have been
Yeah, so
whatever it was. 4 plus 3, 7.
that would be fucking.
Cool. Okay.
Might as well eat. You're about to die.
Yeah. Might as well grab that. So you see the harping go. You throw your sword and miss very badly. Gynk and Gerald kind of bring their shields over with their swords and goes, "I think we should hold out here. Stop!" And Arlo, see to him. I'll do the kind of the vision he sees very, very quickly in a second.
Sees?
Huh?
Who sees?
That Ansem sees in a second.
Okay, well he should be back, so he sees it.
I'm going to inflict wounds on Adam if he's close enough.
Cool.
So,
Do the extra attack.
Yeah, come in.
hit the button on the right.
Yeah, I'm hitting the button on the right.
Hold it down for a bit.
Go downstairs and just get it, you lazy cunt.
Right.
There he goes.
Yeah, he's gonna sort that out. Seriously, like intercom, I swear it does work.
I don't think the speech thing worked.
I feel like you did not plan for your speech to end up with me nearly killing. This has gone well off kilter from where you thought this was going to go, didn't it?
We'll do this roleplay bit, see how it ends, then we'll do a quick break, and then we'll get back with the giveaway in a second of those 2 Zorns. So make sure people are keeping tune. There are, we've got a few people on. Hi guys.
How do you like this PvP action?
Yeah, it's PvP Central today. Balthazar would be like getting a job right now.
Good job.
Right, so whilst Ansem's not showing his ass to the world.
What's happening? Am
Right.
I dead yet?
No, so the spear had come around, it wrapped around you. Arlo tried to save, failed. Gynk and Gerald bring their shields over to kind of make a wall between you two. So that's why I want to stop you as soon as they saw the harpoon hit.
Cool,
And
I'm just going to run around them.
Okay, fair.
Still grab my harpoon spear, and then with my extra attack part of that, which is to basically pull it forward, and then have like basically one hand, and then take him by the other hand at the throat.
Okay, cool.
And then just be like, you. I don't believe you speak lies.
Okay, cool. Just before you do that, then, you as soon as it hits you and you feel the necrotic energy, you then have this vision. You see. I'm going to do this without giving too much away. So.
How do you save him?
No. This is essentially. We'll explain it from his side. You kind of. You can tuck in. You don't require you talking.
No. I won't ruin your exposition.
Okay, cool. So you are in this extremely large room. There is this huge pool of blood in front of you. And between you and the pool of blood is this figure, and you've got a dagger in his front, and you push him away as the dagger pulls with this trickling golden fluid, and you kick him, and he falls into the blood, and you recognise him to be Gambion Everspire. He goes into the blood and sinks, and this kind of dagger you pull out has this beautiful ornate handle of this beautiful dragon kind of spreading its wings to be the kind of the cross guard, and then there's a very long kind of curved edge, almost something from the kind of the Southern Kingdoms ish, and you kind of hold it, and it's got this beautiful kind of golden, this gold kind of dripping off it, almost like the blood of a golden dragon, basically. And you push him off, and he goes into the blood. And you kind of look around the room and you recognise the architecture. Quick history check.
Right.
Good job you weren't eating pizza.
Yeah. 22. There you go. Words.
It's the same architecture as Kragmadugan.
Killing him in his own.
And you push him off and he falls into this pool, and you recognise the pool and you look at the surroundings and it's all black obsidian. And you push him off, and then as soon as he after he's finished sinking and his features have disappeared into the blood, you see it glaze over as this thick glass material with its red tint, almost like a mirror, and you can see a face back at it, but you can't see down into it, and you see it crack, 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 and it goes, and then it explodes in shards, and you see almost like a claw coming out of it, but you can't really see it from the explosion. You just see a shadow of a claw coming out, and that's what you get as soon as you are kind of hit and thrown, and obviously, and then you see Gynk and Gerald kind of prepare. But Salazar, make an acrobatic, kind of an athletics check to try and get past them as they try and stop you.
Cool, yeah. I guess I'm going to be very angry, so my bonus action is going to be rage. So
Cool.
would everyone like to take 3 fire damage? That's next to me. Drogon, you only take 1.
Cool. You're resistant.
I take 1 damage.
Yeah. Then you take 3.
What's this? Athletics, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 22.
Cool. Gerald kind of tries to stop you with his shield, but you kind of rugby past and turn on his back and go around him, and Gynk almost kind of grabs you, but you literally just dart away in time, and you've got your hands on the harpoon that's kind of turned it. The harpoon kind of wiggles to your command, and you can straighten it out if you want.
Yeah, I straighten it out.
Cool. And you
to
can
pull it forward so it comes loose out of him.
Yeah.
And then, like, with obviously my other hand to grab him by the throat.
Yeah.
I want to pick him up as like an intimidating thing.
Cool.
And then just throw him back.
Okay. I'll go up to the picking up because you're a strong guy and I'll allow you that. But I'm not going to let the throwing because obviously action with all the running and things like that. So.
Yeah.
But you've got him ready in your arm. You're off the ground. You two.
How far
3.
away? How far away am I?
5 foot. 10 foot.
How far away?
You are 40
I
foot.
was next. Okay, cool. So I'm 40 foot. But I'm next to Gynk and Gerald.
No. You're what? They were.
I'm
They are 30 feet away from you.
So they're well ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
facing him.
Yeah.
So I'm behind him.
I'm going to go up to Salazar. Actually, I'm going to try and forcibly separate the two. I'm going to try and take...
Contest.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, my hand is on his throat.
Yeah, I'm going to try and
Extreme
pull it
amount of
down
force.
and wrench
I
out.
cast a spell yet?
After Arlo, because you. Oh, getting a piece. I'm just going to try and keep it in order so I don't forget.
That is a... what's it? 13. Yeah, no, hang on. Yeah, 13.
Was this athletics or strength? Sorry.
I would say athletics.
Oh, athletics.
okay.
Oh shit, I didn't have that.
Mine's a 23.
I don't think you're going to beat that, buddy.
No. 13. No, I'm not.
No.
It was
You go up to his arm and try and kind of like prise his hand open.
Pull
But-
it down.
Give a
No,
little
this-
flex. Like,
This guy kind of flexes, and you're like, oh, fucking yeah. Ansem, Erebos, sorry, because I did offer it to you first.
No, I'm asleep.
You're so out of this.
I'm not involved. I'm not involved. Honest, guys.
Okay.
Do I get a go before?
Yeah.
When do you... I don't know which way this goes.
I'm just doing it as people say it. So you want to do a spell, so yeah.
I've got no more bad on this. Right, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at 4th level.
Oh boy.
4th level.
Yeah.
okay.
Because I want to make sure he's definitely down from it.
Okay. That's your low roll face.
Does a 14 hit?
Okay. And down now Drogon.
Oh, can someone get me a new character sheet? No, really?
Well, Drogon, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna run forward up to where Gynk and blah blah blah. But at this point, I feel like I'm not a threat to them, right? They're pretty convinced by the fire thing.
They're not. They're folks. They're kind of standing around Salazar at the moment. It's like behind
Salazar
him.
and him.
They're literally waiting for it. Obviously, they've not got you to kind of tell them the command, so they're kind of having to mediate themselves. Going, look, they're trying to tell everyone to chill the fuck out.
No one's listening to it.
But either way, I'm no longer.
They're not looking at
worried.
you.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna run basically. Well, they're 40 foot away from me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run my 30 foot or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use message.
Yeah.
Talk to Salazar.
Yeah.
And just be like, knock him out, but we need him alive.
Okay. You hear it?
Just to him, just so you hear that in your ear.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, and like. No.
That's it.
I was
'Cause
going to say thank
messages
you,
and
but that feels really fucking weird coming from Dragon. So yeah, no, I'm just going to tell him that.
Cool.
Knock him out, but we need him alive.
Alright, Salazar, it's back to the top. Gynk and Gerald,
Meh.
they're looking at you going, look, can we just diffuse the situation? Nothing going on. We'll look after you, don't worry, but just look.
I'm in bed!
I get that. Look, just chill the fuck out. Honestly, if the people, they're trying to fuck with you, it looks like, and they're getting that they want. These guys hate you, right? They all hate you. The people you're fighting against, whoever it's going on, that fucking vampire creep who's fucking around with us, the lich kind of guy, these people, they hate you, right? They all hate you. Obviously for a good reason.
And that's why they send a spy into our midst.
Well, that's why they want to get rid of. That's why they
That's
split
why they
you
sent
up.
a spy into our midst.
Well, I think you're playing right into their hands, and they go, look, we're hired. We get our money either way. So
You're
look.
fucking high, not hired. There's a difference.
Oh no, we get money. So they look at you and go, look, if you were part of our crew, you have been killed so long ago.
Exactly. And we're
That sounds like a challenge to me.
She
What
lo-
are you saying?
She looks at you and goes, fucking hell, right. And they go towards their horses. And they go, right, we're done. We're not wasting our lives. We're not wasting for this. We're being sent here to protect Erebos. But
Doesn't need protection, clearly.
no, but obviously we're not going to risk
The only
our
thing you've
lives.
done is you've endangered his food source by eating it.
Gerald goes, oh, I like my chicken. They start, no, my chicken, don't eat my chicken. They kind of get their horses ready and go, right, well, Erebos will detail the prints on everything we've done, which is not really much. And they turn their horses and they start leaving towards the road.
Well, with the wagon?
No, the wagon stays, because it's not theirs, it's Erebos's. But
It's
they've
got a
got,
horse, right?
yeah, it's got a pony, so they've got their own horses.
Horse.
Um,
Horse.
Got a horse.
oh, you got a horse, yeah. And they start leaving down the road. Yeah, that's
Got a
big.
horse.
So yeah, Gynk and Gerald leave. Salazar's back to you.
Yeah, I want to attempt to knock him out unconscious.
Cool. How much? Just
I'm on
take.
21 hit points.
Basically,
You'll have to
spear
you have to
whack him
keep
on the
hitting
head.
me until my hit points drop to 0. Then you get the option to kill or
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
subdue.
let's put it this way: if you can grapple him for 3 seconds to knock him out like that, 3 turns, and he has to try and contest it 3 times, that knocks you out, as in like almost like a Splinter Cell knockout.
Go 3 contests.
3
What happens
contests.
if it's like win?
Okay, I'm up for that.
Do you start
I'll,
again? Do you add one more? How's that?
Oh, with a hand like that.
As in, he gets 3 rolls, okay, and he needs 3 successes to do it because
Yeah.
he's fighting.
I'll go like that, and then I'll just bring him into, chokehold him to knock him out.
Okay, so you got to contest it. So it'll be strength versus strength.
Oh fuck me.
Well,
18.
19.
okay, next one.
24.
Yeah,
5.
cool. And next one.
Fucking 11, 13 even.
15.
That's
Right,
10.
there you go.
That's 10.
You forcibly knock him out onto the ground. Arlo, you see Salazar push him onto the ground. He's not. You see him still breathing, but he is subdued. It's just, yeah. Drogon, you see it as well. What we're going to do is we're going to go for a break there.
Oh, really?
Because I really need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So.
You're so excited.
All
I
right.
just can't hide it.
So we're going to have a quick break. In 15 minutes time, so let's actually just call it 9:20, we're going to give you details on how to win 2 of the Zorns that we have up for a giveaway. So let me just show you that now. So on our action cam, you can see them around the Fomorian. So we have 2 lovely Zorns. I'm going to pick one up. Painted by our brilliant artist Adam. There we go, thank you very much. So we have 2 of these. That's going to go to 1 lucky person. So keep tuned. Obviously, come back in for 20 past to get a chance to win these. And
Professional fucking production, this isn't it?
yeah, I know, right? And then for the Femorin, so last but not least,
Oh, God damn it.
yeah, I know, right? This one, we're going to put up for a raffle if you can get us to 100 likes on Facebook and 30 subscribes on YouTube and 30 follows on Twitch. So
All of those things.
All of
those things, and then we're going to give this away. Again, amazingly painted by Adam. And yes, so keep in tune to get the Zorns. Like, subscribe, follow, and cool. Right, so we'll be back at 20 past 9 GMT. So see you then.
the sound of us singing?
I really.
Not over it, but at the end,
Aw.
they definitely do. Welcome back.
Ragtag Bunch.
Where as each time we watch the little intro thing, we always devise a new version of it. It seems.
Oh,
So
it's going to get worse.
it's just going to get worse. It seems. So welcome back, Ragtag Bunch. First off, we've just had a massive amount of PvP / characters going against each other. Drogon attacked Ansem as he saw a vision of the strange hooded creature made of worms that he saw about 10 sessions ago. Point to Ansem saying 2 of 4 death. And all hell broke loose from there,
Drogon
essentially.
took that quite literally. Death to him would equal less 2 of 4s.
Exactly right. But what we did promise
That's
is
not
how
funny.
to win.
Maybe 1 of 3 then.
Yeah. So what we did promise is how to win the 2 painted Zorns in below. So this is how we're going to do it. If you go to our Facebook page and like it, because you're lovely people. If you go to our Facebook page, we have literally just put out a post called basically saying how to win it, and all you need to do is comment on that post with hashtag Igneous. Fun fact, Zorns are strange rock elemental things. So if you comment below saying Igneous, you'll go into a basically a pot, and then we'll draw the winner out of a hat in the week, and we'll announce it next week. So if you want to get those 2 Zorns, make sure you like our Facebook page and you comment with hashtag Igneous on the post. Make sure it's on that post or you won't be in the draw. And to get a chance to win the Fomorian, which is the giant ass creature on the table there, help us get to 100 likes, help us get to 30 followers and to 30 subscribers by sharing our Facebook page, sharing our YouTube, and sharing our Twitch with all your friends who are into D&D or have nothing else to do on a Monday evening, and to watch 4, 5, 6 random guys throw a load of dice and swear at each other. So yeah.
Cunt.
And can't. And yeah, so like the page, like obviously if you're not following already, make sure you follow. If you haven't liked and subscribed up YouTube's, make sure you do as well. And yes, so that's how we're going to do it. Also, check out Lightfoot Dice on Instagram. That's the social media site. Yeah, if you want some nice, pretty dice.
Yeah, go check out the Trials and Tribulations of a Crap Dice Maker in Brighton. It's getting there.
Yeah. We're gonna try and bug you for a load of dice.
There will be custom dice ready for a giveaway at some point once I've got
stuff.
Once I know what I'm doing.
But
I'll
yeah.
give you those colourful, like, you know, those little popcorny, like, colour things.
Yeah.
The little raindrops, aren't they? Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you get a dice with, like, them inside?
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Happily.
You can try and put like all random stuff. You put baked beans in.
No.
one.
I put Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa Pops. Sorry. So
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause they're kind of like that, really,
yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow drops.
Yeah,
The
put
sweets.
sprinkles.
Yeah, little sweets.
Yeah, put sprinkles in it, put dice inside dice so you can roll while you roll.
Oh my god.
Roll while you roll.
Yeah.
Make sure
She's
like
the
the
worst
1
drug
is
dealer I've
facing the
ever
20, so it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what do I get?
So yeah. Check out Lightfoot Dice on Instagram. Like and subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Twitch, and also like our Facebook as well. So that all helps us greatly. So
It helps you win shit.
and helps you get and helps you win shit. You obviously get all these cool models. You'll get some dice as well, and who knows, we might even have some other stuff coming out. So let's get back into it, shall we?
Cool.
So we left as Ansem was
Taking a quick tactical siesta.
taking a quick tactical siesta as he was knocked unconscious by Salazar.
Salazar pushed the siesta button. Siesta?
Siesta.
Button
Siesta.
on his chin.
Yeah. Bonk. And
Soft reset.
yeah. And yes. So
If it's soft, why am I hard?
No.
and Gynk and Gerald.
Murder boner.
Gynk and Gerald have left the party
They've
and they've
fucked
gone
off.
back to
Completely.
Oxenbert because they're tired of all this nonsense.
They should
So-
have hung out with us. We are just nonsense party. I don't know why it's Ragtag Bunch. Nonsense party, I believe. Tories is their name. Nonsense party. Political.
Save your rodents who are attacking your Christmas spells, by the way.
So yeah, it's fine. It's made of paper. Anyway, yes, left the party. So let's pick up back from that point then, shall we? So, yes, we're all there. Drogon, you're slowly approaching the party. Ansem's knocked out. What do you all do?
Okay, we need to bind him. Does anyone have any shackles?
No, my rope burned from the dragon.
Your friends have left. What are you doing?
I'm still sleeping because I'm taking a long rest. But you may remember that I do have manacles.
That's fine. I did think you had manacles, but I'm going to wake you up to get your manacles. I know that this is probably going to backfire massively on me, but I'm going to still wake you up to take your manacles.
It shouldn't disrupt the long rest. It's only quite short, isn't it?
No, I think the long rest has been done, and
So I've got all my health back now.
Yeah, we're all good on the long rest.
No, this is at 5 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the
So
morning.
I'm
So
still
you've slept for an hour and then you woke up because he jumped in. So he jumped in an hour after you started sleeping. So no one's had a long rest.
That's when I went back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to wake you up and be like, I need your manacles. Cool.
Back to sleep.
Back to sleep. Cool. Priorities, I understand. I'm going to go shackle up Ansem.
Cool. Ansem is
Unconscious, so probably doesn't have a lot
got his
of fight
hands
in him.
manacled. Yeah, no, you don't need to have a check. You just put them on.
Cool. I'm going to grab the mithril armor and the ashes bone dust.
So the mithril armor would have still been in the car. It's just the.
It's just the
bone
components.
The bits that you were making a new guy out of.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I mean, I feel like I might possibly be naked from the immolation, but I'm going to pretend I'm still wearing something.
You probably got you probably took some clothes from the cart. Let's just say you're wearing common clothes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use something to kind of gather up what I can see that he was using before.
He's probably still got the jars and stuff around him, so you
Yeah.
probably can put it back where it came from.
Cool. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to throw it back in the cart.
Cool. That's what you do.
I'm going to tell Salazar that we need him because we need to know who he is.
Right.
Right, we can't trust him.
No.
Right, but he knows something we don't. So we need to find out what it is.
I know a lot of things you don't. In
Well.
the 20.
So we're going to shackle him up, I assume. And, no. I guess, do you need us to carry on resting? Shall we
I
rest
will
here?
need a rest at some point, yes.
It's okay, cool. Alright, in that case, I guess we'll kind of shackle him almost to a tree or something. So
You've got trees, you've got the cart, you've got the pony, you've got
The horse.
sorry, a
the
horse.
whores, all the whores that are following us because we're superstars by now. Shackle him up to, I imagine, a tree.
What arm are you shackling?
Hmm?
What arm are you shackling? Are you shackling both of them?
Like, I'm going to
Well,
shackle
say
you
if we're putting you in manacles, yeah, I guess they're both.
They're
of them.
both, yeah.
both.
But behind your back, obviously.
Arm
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Behind your back, I'm going to also use some of my hemp rope to tie your throat to the tree as well.
Okay.
Like a gag,
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
or around his neck.
Right.
around his neck.
Okay, I
So
just want to make
he's
that
in-
clear because obviously that will come.
One and around that.
yeah, basically, like he's shackled with manacles behind his back, and I'm gonna shackle manacles behind the back. It's gonna be tied around his mouth, probably I imagine more around his throat than anything else, because I'm sadistic in that way. And then I'm gonna sit right in front of him, just basically staring right at him while Salazar and everyone else finishes their long rest.
Okay.
Okay, you put everyone goes down for a long rest.
Oh,
Well,
you
you-
also
you-
need to talk to Arlo and be like,
Right.
you defended him.
Yes. He's
Why?
He's my friend.
No.
End of story.
Ansem was your friend.
Yes. This is
That's
Ansem.
not Ansem.
This is Ansem.
He looks like Ansem.
He is Ansem.
Oh, this is all it takes. Just to look like someone and they're suddenly your friend.
I'm not having this conversation with you right now.
No, you're going to have this conversation. I need to know where you lie. Are you with him? Or,
As far as I'm concerned, he is Ansem. If he's not Ansem, and if we can prove he is not Ansem, then I have no allegiance to him. If he is Ansem, and I believe he is Ansem, then I will.
Why do you believe he's Ansem? Because he looks like Ansem? Has he been anything like the Ansem you knew before he disappeared in that?
He remembers enough. He remembers enough stuff
knew-
about
he remembers
us. He remembers enough stuff about me. As far as I'm concerned, he is him.
Yeah, you don't think someone's gone through his memories? You don't think in all the mystical marks
Hello.
someone's gone through his...
So Erebos is piping.
I'm guessing I haven't really fallen asleep if everyone's talking. Really.
You've probably just like turned over and just kind of put your hands to your ears, probably.
Did I hear that?
You're hearing everything.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get up.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull out my lens of straight creeping.
Yep.
Say to it or however I activate it.
Yep.
I want to find Ansem, the dark elf I first met in the prison cell.
It's taking so long for you to break that bad thing out. There's a whole hour and a half of this song.
There's been murders!
Told you about Erebos.
Unconscious! I'm unconscious!
Right, anyway, you pull it out and you go, I want to see where Ansem is, the person I saw.
The one I originally met at the prisons. I can't remember
Cool.
the town was called. Dusko.
Yep. You go, kind of follow it, and you have it tracking at Ansem, where you'd normally see like footprints of the person you look, and you see footprints going around you, and you see him, but it's faint. As in he's there, but he's not there. As in it feels like it's him, and those are creeping, identifying his footprints and saying it is Ansem, definitely. But it's almost giving you like he should be dead.
Okay.
But it is Ansem 100%. You're getting the correct thing. It's saying it's Ansem, but there is a faintness to it.
I'll let everyone have a look through the.
Do we all see it?
the lens.
You see it. You test it. You go, oh, I want to see Arlo Lightfoot, and you show it, and you go, blah, blah, and it shows him glowing, like there. You go, oh, I want to see Drogon, Argyle, and Arwen, and you're glowing.
Asleep.
He's asleep, but glowing because you can probably still say it. And you look at Ansem, and he's glowing, but not as vibrantly.
It's faint. So we've established that is actually Ansem.
That is
He's brought
Ansem.
back something back from his afterlife.
So we've
Why
established.
is he not as faint? Why is he not as bright?
I've not died. I've not been to the whatever plane it was
What
he went
did
to.
he bring back with him? Why is he...
Why are you asking me these questions? I know as much as you do. Do you know who might know something? The Beholder might know something. Shall we?
We're
you're-
going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to go there. But
Yeah.
there is no way I'm trusting him unshackled on the way. There is no way.
If you want, we can keep him shackled.
Keep him shackled.
We
We'll
ta-
have a long rest.
We
We'll
go
take
to
him
Baraka.
shackled.
We go to the Beholder.
Mhm.
The Beholder will tell us this is Ansem.
Why
This
do
is
you
what's
believe?
happened.
Why do you believe that he knows?
What, the Beholder?
Yeah.
Because he's a Beholder.
You believe him.
Yes, I have no reason not to believe him.
Your own eyes. That is not the same Ansem that left us.
No, that is the mirror. Basically, just said this is Ansem. He's
So it's
something's
kind of
diff-
Ansem.
Something's
There is
different.
something inside him.
I'm complicated.
That needs to go.
No.
Yeah, there's something inside
No,
him.
this
Alright,
helps.
fine.
We've
Fine.
established.
Fine, we will keep him, but we're keeping him in shackles.
Any drinks
He
are
does
available.
not leave those shackles until the beholder lays eyes on him.
Lays eye. Yeah, men.
Salazar needs
Lays
sleep.
eyes, tentacles,
Quiet,
and
balls.
lovely...
Fine. All right.
doobies.
If that's what it takes, then we'll do that.
But until then, if he even tries to get out of the shackles, we'll explain to him that that's what we're doing. Even if he tries to
I
get
will.
out of the
I will.
You explain
I will
it to
explain
his
to him.
friend.
I will explain to him.
You know friends with him. But you explain it to him, and if he tries anything, you understand. You're with me. Or
If
you're not with me. You're
What?
with me or you're against me.
What? Look, whatever is going on, let's just take Ansem to see the Beholder.
Mm-hmm.
We have news for the Beholder anyway. I'm pretty sure he wants to know what's been going on.
Yeah, probably the dragons that he's summoning up on the cliff. Convenient how he was disappeared and completely unharmed by that dragon. But whatever, right, that's fine, we'll just skip over that.
We've established this is Ansem. That's what you wanted to know.
Yep, we've established that it could be part of Ansem. Got it.
I like how, do you know what, I just want to point out as a DM, obviously following this from Session 1 thing, of all the stuff Drogon's done to the party, and now he's a risk to the party. So he's going to fuck us up, guys. Remember the barn? This guy.
Well, I mean, he has the charisma to pull it off.
This is my point. If anyone was going to do it, Drogon could do it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. No, okay, cool. I think we're in agreement.
We're agreed. We will take Ansem to see the Beholder, and we can put this to bed.
Exactly.
Alright.
And if he tries to fuck shit up on the way, we have to try and put him back in the manacles.
I will speak to him.
And let him know.
You are not speaking to him.
Right.
That's
It's alright, we're not on talking terms.
that's provided.
Yeah, think.
I'll
Right.
speak to him. We'll take him to see the Beholder, and the Beholder will tell us what's going on.
Cool.
Because
If
the
he
Beholder
tries to
apparently
escape,
is
if he tries to fuck us up, you're either with us or against us. Isn't that right, Salazar? Just snore loudly.
We're fighting.
Kill Ansem.
Kill Ansem.
Right, okay.
Murdered it.
So, long rest for everybody, yeah?
Long rest.
Let's move it on. Right, okay, so it's you roughly all wake up to get all your 6 hours worth of sleep. 11 o'clock in the morning. So you wake up for your lunch, basically, or your 2 lunches, and and yes. So
Do I also long rest during this? I was kind of watching him the whole time.
you can
so-
do another long rest, I guess. I can do as many long rests in a day as you want, can't you? If you're meditating as a
Get 4
elf.
hours.
I think there's
You're
no
only
cap.
allowed one long rest a day, but it's a bit different for elves since it's only a 4-hour meditation.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I mean, it's just basically 2 long rests.
Well, to be
a
honest,
short rest, sorry.
what I'll do is I'll move it to the
I'm
map
sure it'd be fine.
because where are you going? Are you going to
We're going to
Baraka's
Baraka's
Keep.
Keep.
right? Okay, so let me move to the map because that way now it's campfire jabbering. There you go. That's the map. So you are here. So you got 1, 2, 3 days. So essentially you got 3 days worth of travel to get Baraka anyway. So you will have a long rest by that point.
Cool.
Um,
wow, there's no encounters on the way.
Erebos, your vision starts to flicker a bit. Can you? What date? What is the date in which it?
My eye doctor appointment is on the 2nd of April.
Yeah, so you're gonna miss that. But Baraka has many eyes, so who knows?
Might be.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he had one eye.
He has
He's got
one big
eyes on
eye,
every
and then he
single-
has like.
Oh, you said he
Right. So can I have a
Not the
a?
guy.
Actually,
10 others.
wouldn't be going shackled. I wouldn't actively go. I wouldn't willingly go with you guys shackled like some slave.
Aware of.
Alright, come on, let's see how we fight.
Let me just hold on. Let me get to the point. So you all start having a long rest. You lot and you start meditating. You're knocked out for how many hours was it?
There was 3 and
3.
4.
3 hours later, you're meditating, so you don't.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
Are you just gonna watch?
I was going to watch, and then I'll probably meditate after someone else has woken up.
Well, it's just you've got a cart, so you can just do it in the cart.
Right, so
Okay, so you
that's
are
why I'm going to murder
watching.
you again. Cool.
Right. You wake up shackled and bound to a tree. Shackled and then bound by your hands and bound by your neck to a large tree next to the campfire. You are basically in front of the horse with the carriage, and then 10 feet away from you is the campfire with the party sleeping around it. You also note that kind of in your state that there's 2 horses missing and Gynk and Gerald nowhere to be seen. Yes. And your ritual's been cleaned up.
So, with my skeletal hand,
Yep.
just gonna try and squeeze it through the shackles because it's just
Skeleton.
bone. Yeah.
The manacles.
Can't you just do that and just like get your hand to drop off?
No, I can literally just squeeze it through because there's nothing to like.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
no-
literally just fold it basically in on itself.
The manacle.
surely.
I'm just thinking of old iron manacles would be almost like a scissor grip like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the grips that go like that, so they're the big
And then there's
chunky iron bits.
And there's a bolt that closes it. So you roll
It's just a
exactly. Roll just a sleight of hand to see. Are you doing it willingly or stealthily? That's the question.
I'm just doing it.
All right, then you just do it.
Yeah.
Drogon, you're
You
watching
do
him,
I
and,
literally just slide it out.
and you see him take an arm out.
Cool. So you're still tied around his throat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still tired of that. Which
Cool. I mean, I guess, does it count as a long rest, or does it come back with 1 HP?
No, because he hasn't expended. So there's a rule when it. Obviously, I've never noticed, but there's a rule when it comes to being knocked out. You can either you're knocked out for a D4 rounds, and you come back at 1 HP, or you can short rest and use a hit die. Now, you haven't done a short rest.
You can't use a short rest unless you. Obviously, he has.
And it's willing, but yeah, you can't do
if you were knocked out to 0,
Mm.
and then there are parties taking a short rest, waiting for you to wake up, you don't get any benefits from it.
No.
Because you're
No.
knocked out to
But
1.
you have to then make a short rest.
Yeah.
But you can't, because obviously you've just woken up on that. So you are at 1 HP, and
I thought there'd be a picture in a bit in here.
no,
I'll show you, but it's not.
cool. You take an arm out.
Cool.
Drogon is literally about 10 foot away from you.
Oh,
That's
like,
camp.
fight, I'm like sat right in front, like
Cool.
Hawkeye.
Gotta do drain life.
Huh?
Drain life.
Right on him.
On him, yeah.
As
With-
soon as I see that hand slide out, I'm punching you in the face.
I can go for it.
Roll a hit.
Basically,
I
I'm awake.
I've
I'll sit
judged
down and go drain life.
That's a nat 20.
And you're out. Roll 1d4.
Huh?
Roll 1d4 as he's knocked out. Because what your strength is. Actually, how big?
My
how good
strength is -1, so that's actually a 19.
No. That's not the point. The amount of damage you do from a hit is your strength modifier, right?
It's 1 plus your strength modifier. If his strength modifier is a -1, then he does nothing.
It does nothing. You slap
You
him.
just sort of bitch
So
slap.
I don't actually do any
No,
damage.
you do no
No.
damage.
Oh,
You
man.
bitch slapped him.
I did
Come
not
here.
know that was the thing. I thought there was like 1d4 of damage.
No, that's if you've got an improvised.
Make
It's
a
either if
Fine,
you're a
I've got a
monk or
fucking
you have
dagger.
Make
the
a con
improvised
save.
fighting weapon.
Make a con save.
6.
Is that go well?
16.
Huh? Con save? No. I mean, like, my con save is like 9.
So it's 9 altogether.
Yeah.
Cool.
Your passive perceptions would get shit, so you wouldn't wake up to this. You wouldn't hear him slapping around the face.
Taking 3d8 plus 11. Necrotic.
3d8 plus 11 and
Yes.
I'm dead.
Knocked out.
No, this actually will kill him. It's drain life. Like how the whites killed me.
Oh, alright, okay, yeah, go for
I
it.
forgot what I was on before. I think I was on 18. I rubbed it out already, but I'm going to go with 18 to start with. So
18. So you got 11. So you need to get more than a.
So it's 3.
So that's 14.
That's a 6.
That's 20.
That's an 8.
28.
cool. So I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious, right?
No.
Can you read it out?
No.
Word for word, please. We need this on camera.
That's,
Is this
that's,
the end of
if
Drogon?
it was-
This
if
will
it
be
was
the end of
0,
Drogon.
Oh god. I am onion.
So choose one creature you see within range.
I've got some
Make a
use on
Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it's 2d8 plus your spell modifier at higher levels. Additional d8, which I did. Plus your spellcasting modifier worth of hit points is subtracted from the maximum until it completes a long rest. If this effect reduces the target's total hits to 0, it dies.
It's
That-
good.
I just wanted
Is
that
right?
verbatim recorded.
Cool.
Drogon is dead.
Drogon is dead. Finally. The end of Drogon.
He slaps you, and I want you to describe the moment.
So he was at that range where he slapped me, and I just basically just stuck the hand in him and just drained all life out of him. So my bone hand's just gone straight into your abdomen, and just drained all life.
You know what? I don't think there's a better moment that Drogon could have died, because there is no way I hope anyone in this party would trust me or trust him if I'm the only one that was convinced he was fake. And then he's immediately dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to see it.
You see Drogon's face kind of like go grey and wither. It starts to thin, and then
This is for the fucking barn.
right. So we're gonna have 2 T-shirts. One saying something happens, rage, and then this is for the fucking barn. 2 T-shirts. Cool.
I take it you're going to get out those manacles.
Yeah,
He's already half out of those manacles.
Drogon slumps to the floor,
Cool.
dead.
I'm fast asleep.
Everyone's fast asleep, then they're unawares.
I'm gonna.
Does the weapon of warning change at this point?
That's a very good question, and I honestly have no idea how to answer that, because you were hostile, but
is
you were hostile.
I'm only hostile to him.
So this is the
so
thing.
If it's
so
hostile to me because it's.
that's a question for Ansem. Have you gone rogue? Or misspelt rouge?
Are you Rouge
So.
of danger?
You can take 1 level on rogue.
don't
So
think he would
I've
be.
not got.
No, don't.
No,
It's
what
just
I
a
mean
silly
is I
joke.
don't think he would be gone rogue. I mean,
No.
he's just doing what he was doing.
I'm literally
You were trying to
defending
survive.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then you're not hostile.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take my knife and I'm gonna start at a really awkward angle on the tree, trying to cut the fucking rope.
Cool. I just want to say roll to see, make sure it's not your neck. But no, you roll, you kind of, and you feel the rope kind of loosen as it snaps around the tree,
Cool.
and you can pull yourself free from the.
I basically, I'm gonna go ahead. So basically, I'm gonna head to Baraka's Keep ahead of everyone, basically.
Okay.
I know this sounds like a shit.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Because I don't want to hang around with these people who are clearly betraying me.
It was.
Oh, thank God he didn't go for me.
Well, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Right.
I thought he was going to be gunning for me. I'm not
So it was 3 hours into the 7-hour rest, so you got a 4-hour head start. Okay, so 4 hours along. You guys are going on. You guys. So I'm just going to say you leave.
Ain't doing
Okay.
shit.
I'm going to say this now. Anything you need from the carriage.
I will be taking the mithril
Right. Okay.
and bone dust.
You'll have to carry it.
Yeah.
/ wear it. It's up to you. Because
Oh,
Mithril's light, so you can just have it over.
Yeah,
armor.
I would be carrying it because I can't wear
No.
armor.
That's fine. No. Well, utilise armor. Let's put it that way. You can just put it on and just go. Oh, it doesn't happen. Cool. Okay. So you do that. You are dead. So we'll roll you up a new character ready
I've got
for
Onion.
next week.
He's
You've got onion.
Well, Onion is in Perinos, and a lot's happened. So
Hey,
I'll give you an
guys.
option. You can either roll up a new character or go as, or we'll devise something for Onion, and I'll let you choose. So don't choose now, but just let me know at least by Friday, so we can devise
Next
something.
session, mate. Next session, you'll.
We'll all
I
know.
can't believe it's the death of Drogon.
I'm sorry.
It's
No,
the
no,
end
no,
of
no, no, no,
Drogon.
no. I mean, to be fair,
It's been a long fucking
I can't
time,
believe that
let's face
Drogon's
it.
still alive from the first session. I mean,
But-
he has literally gone down like every week.
Just me and you.
Huh? It was just us.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Erebos is now.
It was just you.
Oh, Erebos / Arlo. Erebos is now the only remaining person from the original party. But this does mean that Rez is going to be the next person for the multi-character interview. Because he's
Yes!
now got 3 characters.
Multi-character.
So I've done a catch-up series with Adam and Guy, catching up from episode 1 all the way up to episode 37 of all the characters they were. So Adam introduced Meepo, Mordai, Azure, Red Jenny, and Salazar. Guy sat with me and interviewed with Drakath, Grimrock, Alduin, Omen, and Ansem, and then Omen. So you with 3 characters are the next person. So we'll be interviewing you with Drogon, Onion, and if you choose a new character.
If I choose them. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you can choose one. You can choose either one, and then I'll do interviews with you two. Okay, go. Anyway, go back to the game. Drogon's dead. Press F in your F in chat, guys. F in chat.
And Rez leaves.
As Drogon.
Alright, fine guys, it won't part of your game anyway.
F in chat.
I have written
Finance
a song
and
for this, which you can
succulents.
find on the Witches and Witches SoundCloud.
Oh yes. There is an F in chat thing which.
Is there actually an F in the chat?
There is an F in the chat.
There's an F in the
Who
chat.
is that person?
Uh,
Is it you? The
So-
guy who kills him pays respects.
It's the way it goes. So, let's do it this way. You 3 wake up. You wake up. It's quite late in the morning. The fire's gone out. It's kind of crisp. It's kind of just the ashes now. There's a nice kind of bit of warmth, and Drogon's dead on the ground, and Ansem's gone.
Treachery!
Right.
Let me bury his body at least.
Yeah, it helps out with that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go for it.
You bury the body
Bury him.
in a shallow grave with rocks, usual thing.
No, deep.
Deep?
I'm gonna go deep. Dig a proper 6-foot
Oh, okay.
grave hole for this guy.
No,
That's-
no, I'll,
That's 4 hours. I'll say 3 hours of work.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
no,
Cool.
I'll help because
Okay,
as
so-
much as Drogon
I'll split it in half. An hour and a half for 3 of you to dig,
God.
prepare the body, and then fill it back in again. Yep.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. Cool. Okay, so it's 12:30.
Right.
Time to look at the lens. See where our friend has gone.
Yeah. No, this is
This is where I leave you guys because I can't follow you with him.
You what?
I can't follow you with that treacherous killer.
No, something happened. Something happened that we didn't know. I know
They had an argument. They fought. We
Yeah,
fought.
Yeah,
Now
they've
Grogan's
been,
dead.
they've been fighting.
That's
a long,
proof
they've been
enough.
fighting a long time, but this is not. Something about this doesn't seem right. I want to go and see the Beholder and see what's going on. Erebos, you with?
Of course. Salazar?
Go ahead.
You leaving? You leaving us?
Too
Salazar.
much tension.
Salazar packs his belongings, prepares for a long trip back to Pilfer Reach. Who knows? Maybe Paranos Arena is waiting for a new gladiatorial
champion, exactly.
champion. Maybe you head to Vassal Spell,
Yeah, that sounds
the
like
original arena that you were from.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Before Salazar leaves, I give him a firm handshake and I hand in my Pearl Stone as a token of friendship.
And I hand you the spear.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Oh shit!
What was
the-
this? Why are you passing
This is exposition. As soon as you go to reach the spear forces Salazar's hand back.
I force it forward.
You see the spear. You does not want to be near you.
Ooh, is it because I'm a very nice person?
It's right. You've got rage.
It's
You've got.
almost because you've got a hammer of a good god.
Oh yeah. Let's see what happens if I put the hammer towards the spear.
You see like a crackle of energy between them. A red, obviously glowing energy from the spear.
Oh.
White, radiant
In
light.
that case, I'll just throw it to the floor. Like, ugh.
Yeah. You you
I'm having that.
kind of get creeped out, and you look on your hand, and you see these weird, kind of like a couple of scales on your hand, and they start as soon as you drop it, and you kind of renounce the spear. They start to like kind of crumble away like dead skin.
Yeah. Well, if you give you a handshake, you know.
Never trust a god. A gift from a demon.
It wasn't a gift, it was more of a...
Total
I stole it from a demon.
Fucking
Stole it from a
mugged
demon.
it
Yeah,
from
it's
a
true. You
demon.
mugged it. Was it glass is a verb here or something like that? Isn't it?
Oh yeah, up north. The further up north you go, the more glasses are verb.
There goes our northern viewers. And
Oh mate, a glacier.
right, but yes, you renounce the spear. It drops to the ground. And the scales come off you as a kind of like almost like dead skin. The hammer kind of feels better again. Drogon's in the ground. You kind of lay a small like
In
headstone
the
for
ground
it.
already. Oh, it's so sad.
12:30. What do you do?
Take the spear with caution.
How are you going to pick it up? With your hands? With your
With my
with
deep.
the cloak?
I'm gonna
Oh,
wrap
did
it
you
up.
want your cloak back, by the way?
Oh please, yeah, actually. that'd be
Okay,
good.
yeah.
You throw
Sorry, it might be a bit sweaty. I'm using it as a...
you use it as a loincloth. You unwrap it and it just something hits his thigh. You
I
don't
just
look.
like to tell you, I'm a heavy sleeper, so sometimes I wet the bed.
No one needs that.
I love how it's a cloak of denier as well.
Yeah, especially you. Thanks, Salazar, for
Cloak of Doreen.
nothing.
Bad
Right.
times.
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
Walk away.
I'm just gonna sort of. not
Plonk
sure.
it on the cart.
No, I'm gonna put it on the cart. I'm gonna find. Is there any other like cloth around I can sort of pick up this?
Not really, no.
Right, everyone.
See you
Like,
later.
share, and subscribe.
See you, Drogon. Oh, no.
Oh,
Wow.
Sorry.
So, but we're looking forward to your next character or the return of Onion.
See what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Bye, friends.
Oh,
These
okay.
guys never met.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. See you later, buddy.
See ya.
Right.
I'm gonna pick up the spear. I'm gonna put it on the cart.
Yep.
'Cause after seeing what happened to Salazar as he has, and the fact that it refuses to go anywhere near Erebos, I'm sceptical and weirded out again. So I'm just gonna put it on the cart and leave it for the moment.
Okay. Cool. You sell up the horse and you start heading towards Baraka's Keep, west along the road.
I'm gonna whistle for my eagle, see if the eagle's anywhere nearby. Because I went to Baraka's Keep.
Yep.
with-
Roll animal handling to see if you can get it to reply.
That's a 10.
Okay. It's going to come back. Remind me in 10 hours time. Or actually, I'll just tell you. It's like in a day. So you're walking along the road and you see 3 horses in the distance galloping. One's got a large greatsword, it looks like, on their back. And the others
Oh,
are
the
wearing
back,
kind of
okay.
heavy armour.
I
And,
thought they were ready to kill.
and they're wearing, the horses have got like almost like barding on it. And they've all got kind of long cloaks and long swords. And they are, you can't really see them quite clearly. And they're galloping along the road towards your direction. What do you do?
I'm going to move to the side of the road. Like, fuck, I'm going to be in the middle.
Okay, are you going on the side of the road, still in plain sight?
Yes.
Okay, you walk alongside it, and they're galloping, and they're getting closer, and you see the one at the head of the kind of the group has got their hood down, and they've got long flowing hair, and you realise it to be Brand. She's returning with 2 knights, and she's galloping, and she kind of twigs you on the road by herself, and she comes up right up, and she kind of slows down right up to you, and she goes, "What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
By yourself? Where's the rest of them?
They're going to be a couple hours behind.
You look like shit.
Yeah.
And she lays hands on you, and she's going, if you've not got what's your health like?
It was at 21, but when I got knocked out, I don't know.
It's gone straight down to 1.
It went straight, so it would have been on 1.
Okay, so she laid hand on you, and she's going to give you. She rolls some arbitrary dice, so her really powerful. She's quite powerful. She gives you, I'll say 17.
Cool. So that's 27 now.
So she lays hands on you and goes, "You look like absolute shit. What's happened? Where is everyone? We've been riding through the night."
Drogon lost it. He went a bit bolo and just suddenly attacked me. He then...
Well, we've seen this before.
Yes, but he then... So we know Drogon's not smart. He's very charismatic though when he wants to be.
Yes.
And he'd convinced everyone that I was the apex of evil.
She looks at you very kind of like weirdly, very perplexed, and goes,
And
"Look, we're..."
basically I had to... I disposed of Drogon.
She kind of looks at you and goes,
He'd left me no choice. You must have been in this position at least once.
"I've already put that man on trial, and he won through the favour of the gods. To kill him without trial? I don't know how I feel about this."
It's defence. If a man runs at you with a sword, are you going to put him on trial?
No, well, I understand your point, and I understand your place in it as well. But we had plans for Drogon. Hopefully, if he could have seen the side of right, he would have been very useful for our cause. Look,
That man never
we need to
did.
investigate. Did you manage to investigate the forest? Did you find any trace of Moorgrove? Any idea where he's been taken?
I haven't seen anything on my trip of Moorgrove or...
And she kind of leans in kind of a bit further and kind of keeps an eye. Anything on what you saw?
We'll discuss that when we get to the keep.
And she kind of looks to the knights and goes, "Change of plans. From what I've heard from Erebos, and he's a man to be trusted. Felix is already dead. Moorgrove's been taken. It looks like we'll need...
Your way then?
Hmm?
Do you not see anything your way?
We've scoured the woods close to us. We are fearing they've gone back south. If they hit the coast, they could go to any of the pirate cities and be sheltered, and it would be a very tough task in retrieving them." She goes, "We can come back to Baraka, but we'll have to make it quick.
Yeah, it would just be to update everything.
Shall we find your friends?"
No, they'll catch up in their own time. Do you mind if I hit your view and dash back?
She offers a hand out and goes, "Please."
Which hand does she offer is very important.
It's her right hand.
Her right off. So I have to go right to right to...
And she goes, "I'm sorry, I understand your place when it comes to your power, but it does creep me out. So I'm going to offer my hand still, just be aware of my place." And she offers it, and she winces as she feels the coldness of the bones, and she kind of pulls you up on the back,
So,
and she
again, it's
wheels
not
her
your
horse
thing,
around.
But it's what I need to survive. Not really.
She wheels the horse around, and she kind of kicks a horse, and they gallop back to Baraka's Keep. You're on the road for 2.5 days, 3 days. Your eagle comes back. The message has been taken, it looks like, but you don't know if it actually was delivered, sort of thing. But the message is no longer in its hold.
Okay.
I
assume so. The eagle's looking not beaten up, so at this point, I guess.
You make your way to Baraka's Keep. You would get there first. Brand approaches the sigil stones about an hour distance by horse from the tower, which stops the illusion magic, basically. And she activates it, and you go through the weird bubble. You have the weird air pressure change, and from not seeing the kind of fort all decrepit and destroyed and kind of thick forest. As soon as you go through the bubble, it opens up into a large track, and you see the fort has increased in size and defences. There's now a wooden rampart and dug ditches and things like that. And there seems to be few more people around. Where the fort was about 200, 300 people, it's probably now increased to 500. There are lots of tents around. There you see banners flying from almost from most of the large factions in the world. You see a few from the Halfling provinces. You even see a Goliath-based flag from your books. You see a few from the Northern Nar, the great Vikings of the north, and Norsemen. You see some from the desert kingdoms with their kind of ashen skin, their curved weapons, amazing archers, and very proud warriors with their kind of scaled armour. You see a few Dragonborn. A Dragonborn? No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yes,
no.
that's the
yeah.
race.
Didn't feel right. Just as soon as I said it, went, is that Skyrim? No, it's Skyrim, but it's not. You see a few of them kind of sharpening their claws with the sigils of Dinir. Baraka is pulling his troops from around the kingdoms. You make your way up to the kind of wooden palisade gate, and you make Brand. They immediately open for Brand, and same with the keep's large iron gates as well. You kind of get off alongside Brand, and she puts her car. That's not right. Her horse into the stables, and she goes, Let's go see the Grandmaster, shall we?
Yeah.
And she goes, look, you probably already would know about your hand, but just in case he's having an off day, let's just not save it too much. We are followers of Dinir.
I won't wait for his face.
Okay, thank you. I just want this to go as well as possible. You seem to not have the best of luck, young Ansem. And
You say young, I'm pretty sure I'm older than you by a lot.
yeah, you look young.
I know, it's my charm.
It is, and she kind of goes. She kind of trots in the horse, and she kind of slides off, and the knights kind of stay around waiting for her next order. And she goes, dismissed. And they go, oh, yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah, she makes her way into the keep, and one of the captains kind of nods you through, the same one that showed you to Baraka in the first place. And you make your way up the huge tower that obviously splits off into a few sub-towers, and you make your way back to the study. She raps on the door, and you hear this, enter! And I can't do it. I'm just thinking teeth. He's got no... And she goes, gives me every time. And she opens the door, and you see Baraka kind of telepathically moving some scrolls around some things, and you see several captains, some obviously minor generals, looking to be from the major dominations. So there's a Dragonborn one, there's a Goliath one, there's a kind of this very built human Northman there. There's a halfling one as well, and he goes, Brand, how can I help you? And she goes, private chat, if that's okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. And he goes, very well, dismissed. And the captains kind of bow, and they kind of leave. You see them all wearing kind of similar plate armour, very thick plate. They clink as they leave. They're all got long swords, and kind of like general staffs and things like that. And you kind of slip around the corner, and he goes, "Yes, the Dark Elf. I'm so glad you've returned. Yet I don't see a staff."
About that, I got it. And
Yes.
The doctor's been dealt with. He's no longer alive.
Excellent. I felt his power drained from the north.
I may have had an accident though and came down for some case of death.
He looks at you peculiarly and goes, there was something strange about you. He takes a big breath of you, like intake. Something different.
So when I died, I don't know if you knew, but before, when you met me, there were blanks in my memories, yes?
Well, you seem to be not tied to that infernal creature. Well, infernal's the wrong word. Abyssal creature. He points to himself.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
nothing much gets past me, I'm afraid.
As I was killed, she went to remove my existence, but I may have purchased a doll to stop me from dying.
Voodoo magic.
I
Stranger by day, you.
but they conflicted, and I was trapped in limbo for a long time.
Right. Well, I
But-
promised you something at least, didn't I?
So unfortunately, the stuff's gone.
Well, I'd rather it be gone than in this infernal plane where someone could pick it up. No offence, but it's better destroyed.
I
He
can't even remember what it did.
floats around and goes, well, it's not about what it did, but what it could do. Enough power behind it. Well, just say I'm glad it's destroyed, and I'm sad it had to come with your death. He floats behind his desk and a few things move. And he goes, yet I don't see your comrades. Outside, are they?
There will be a couple hours behind.
Well, I'm sorry to hear.
I had to recover from a dragon attack.
He looks to you and goes, I felt a great force to the east.
It was very golden.
Interesting. He looks and he kind of goes through a few things and goes, gold dragons are rare, but this one felt powerful.
Oh,
Not-
he's really old.
It's not his age.
No, it's his
It's
age.
his- It's his age. Well, an old dragon is an old dragon. It's just, normally an old dragon is secure in his power. This one smelt like he was infested with something.
Interesting.
But obviously you're not here to let me talk at you, so you're here, and I promised you obviously a reward. I assume that is still what you require.
Yes. But before you do you have a quill and paper about?
Let me well, of course. And he summons a bit of paper that lands in front of you, and he summons a quill. You go right there. You're travelling along, and you get to the outer, about half a day away, and you see one horse literally travelling really quickly towards you, and large great sword kind of with her, and the hair flowing, and you realise it's Brand. She pulls up the cart. She pulls up enter rage. She pulls up right, kind of starts to slow down, and she goes to a trot, and she goes next to you and goes, "What the fuck? What are you doing? Like, there's two of you.
Yes.
There were four, obviously minus Ansem, who's on his own, looking like shit. What the hell is going on?"
That's what we want to find out.
I have literally. You first came to me all those months ago. Where's Drogon? Something. Ansem said something about Drogon about having to deal with him. Is it true?
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
dead.
We woke up and Drogon believed Ansem was not who he said he was.
kind of sighs and goes, waste. A waste.
And going and attacked Ansem. There was another one of our parties no longer with us. Put him unconscious.
The red. The
yes, yeah.
Tall one.
Put him unconscious. They shackled him to a tree. For basically his own safety and our own safety, and I don't know what happened. We went to sleep, we woke up, and Drogon was dead, and Ansem was not there.
Okay. Ansem's with me. He's camped. We're travelling back to the keep.
Okay.
I've obviously left very early to try and find you, and I will go back and I won't tell him anything. We're going to head to the keep. You'll probably be about a day away behind us. I'm going to lead him straight to Baraka.
Okay.
Don't worry, he's not. We're not going to.
Right, so I will be chatting just general stuff and then have that written down and show it to him. So I don't necessarily say any of it.
And which hand do you do it with?
I will do it with this bone. The one that's not affiliated with the...
Yeah, okay. Just checking,
Just checking.
She goes, okay, I think by now I've said I went hunting, so I better get back. But, look, just... I'll make sure he stays in the keep for the time you arrive.
Good.
Because we don't want him going off on his own. Definitely not in his state. We'll, see you soon. And she wheels her horse around and goes back. Obviously, you don't know she went to go see them. Back present day. You push the note to Baraka and he goes, and his eyes just go over to it.
Great.
And they all just go to look at it. It's almost like the Pixar lamp. He just looks at it and he goes, well, you kind of see him racking his mind. And you see him almost making a decision to himself. And he goes, well, you did as I commanded, and I thank you. So you want to know obviously, I said I'll let you know where the book is. Well, previously I said I know where the book is. Carnia. You remember the layer of hell?
Yes, exactly.
Owned by Mephistopheles.
Yes.
And the problem wasn't actually not finding it, because it's in his great library. It was getting to Carnia by not killing yourself for a second time. And he goes, well, are you aware of arcane gates?
More than you think I am.
Good. Well, you need to go through one. He looks at you and he looks at you and goes, hold on, I've just twigged. More than I know.
Yeah.
They are very rare.
A lot more common than you think.
Well, you've got arcane gates, as in...
The small ones, that are energy sources. The bigger ones, to
his
summon...
eyes widen more than they normally can.
Yeah.
He's
to
mostly an eye at this point.
To summon, demons.
Okay, hold on. The ones I'm depicting are gateways into different planes. You saying you found ones that are just one place?
Yeah, I think it's just one place. The three that look... Four.
You see him kind of like hold his anger. And he goes, I'm sorry. My order, I've been hunting those gates and destroying them for as long as we possibly can. And you're saying you've just found them? And books come off the thing. Found them? We've been hunting these things down and destroying them.
If that makes you feel better, we have been breaking them when we found them.
And he goes, well, that's good. That's good. However, there are other gates.
The bigger ones.
He goes to you. They're all of different sizes.
Okay.
If you want to go into the Feywild,
Yeah.
you need a way to get there. These gates can get you there. To Shadowfell? Darn tootin'. They can get you there. You need to be able to program it. You need to have something from the other side. A way to get there. A memory. A token of somebody who is there.
So,
We need to program an arcane gate using a ritual to get to Carnia. And we need someone who's gone there. A memory
I can,
or a belonging.
I'll do a history check if I remember someone. I got that one.
Oh dear.
Roll, that makes it a 9 in total if it makes sense.
9. Yeah, you, with the ability score, yeah, you always try. You sit and go. You see like a silhouette, but you don't see a face, sort of thing. And he goes, now, for contingency planning, because we need to be able to get into the Feywild and the good plains, we have one. However, it's guarded by what was an old friend of mine. However, he's a bit senile and normally just doesn't have a trusting bone in his body anymore. Baraka kind of looks to the west, to the mountains, and goes, he looks at you and goes, have you heard of the Wyvern's Reservoir?
Yes.
And he kind of looks and goes, well, it's got a name for it. The reason there's a name. The person who looks after, or the creature that looks after, one of the arcane gates that we make sure no one uses for the wrong purpose, looks after an arcane gate. It's a wyvern in the mountains. If you go up to it and convince them to be able to use the gate to go into Carnia, which I can assure you, he won't like the idea of, bear in mind what can come back through it, you can get into Carnia.
Okay.
However, I'm going to warn you now, getting back is going to be difficult. You're only going to have a short amount of time.
Do we know the exact location of the book then in Carnia?
You'll need to know somebody who does. Who can get through the labyrinth of the library. Now, I'm not a fan of making deals with devils.
I wouldn't class myself as a devil. Or are you not talking about me?
No.
Oh. Carry on.
However,
Give me that to a belt.
You don't have to laugh. We're good mates now.
I'm sorry.
We're like best buddies. We'll go out to a
I'm
pub
loving
afterwards.
this fucking exchange.
there's normally a gatekeeper down there.
Wait, on the other side?
The other side.
Okay.
If you offer them something, they might let you come back.
Oh shit, I should have saved Drogon.
He goes, what?
Never mind, hindsight kicking him.
And he goes, well, next to you goes, so, get to Carnia through this arcane gate, go up the mountain path, about, it works out 2 days travel, roughly, visit the Wyvern. Now just be aware, there is a kobold tribe up there.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to piss them off. They look after him.
Okay. So,
Hold on, I just want to look at him. AA.
so it's just throwing it out there.
Yep.
I am not the most charismatic person in the world, as you
Yes.
can probably tell. I try and deal with, facts and intelligence, and most people don't like the result of the harsh truth done by intellectual fact.
Well, what about the rest of your team?
Yeah, the charismatic one kind of bit the dust.
Well, looks like you might need somebody else then.
I'm sure he was strong enough.
He rolls up a scroll that contains a small map of a local area that kind of leads a trail to the Wyvern's Reservoir. It's kind of like a winding path through a small amount of woods, and then around the mountains up to the reservoir, and then you see like a cave near a few kind of ruined fort drawings. And goes, the kobolds there, they live around that area. He goes, how about you stay here and rest? Wait for your team to arrive. I think it might be best, and I wish to talk to you all as a group. And he kind of slides the note back and nods. And he kind of, I will update you on any other matters. And he opens the door telepathically.
Cool. Is there a fire or anything in the room?
Yeah. I'll say there's a roaring fire.
Just no, I can just chuck it in there.
Cool.
Kind of with the right hand.
Yeah, with the right hand. That's cool. Yeah. And you.
And then I'll turn around and walk out.
Cool. You head down the tower and just dot about in the mess.
I will just find like somewhere where I can just lie down.
Cool. You find a kind of what are they called? Dorm. Yeah, that's the one. And you just find a free cot and you crash out on there for a bit. Well, meditate. We want to call it. You guys come up to the sigil stone. Barand was waiting for you to arrive. He goes, he's addressed Baraka. I saw him head towards the dorms as I left to wait for you.
Okay, Baraka didn't kill us. Okay, cool.
It seemed very civil actually. I was quite amazed. I obviously didn't stay for it, but I saw he left in one piece, which was a good thing. She kind of does something, and it kind of allows you to go in through the illusion. You see the fort. You see it all built up again. You see all this huge amount of soldiers and priests now there. Obviously, it's grown double in size. The amount of people around, and she's kind of trotting alongside the cart as you're leading it along this path. She kind of steers it along with you. There's some people that bow towards Brand. She leads you along towards the palisade wall. Gates open, and then same with the inner fort. And she goes, "Please, if you could put the cart here." And he's just in the mess hall. If you want to speak to him, Baraka's upstairs. He wants to speak to you all once you've kind of rekindled your friendship or whatever happened. If you need me, I'll be in the sanctum. And she bows and she leads to this other side of the fort. It's kind of got a bit of stained glass near it. You think it's maybe like a church or something. So you're at Baraka's Keep.
Let's go see Ansem. Okay. Yeah, go see Ansem.
Cool.
Where he is.
You've got some food given to you. There's a load of other kind of people around you, like dragonborns. There's not really elves around because it's not one of the order. It's mostly humans, Goliaths, humans of all races. You've got Avensi in here. You've got I can't remember what I called them. Can't actually remember them. Assyrian? No, I didn't. But yeah, you've got all of them there, and you've got dragonborn and so on and so on. And they're all kind of just chatting away to each other, but they've kind of left you a bit of space. They didn't want to crowd you, as you're not really wearing the kind of cloak or the sigils, and they kind of give you a bit of a wide berth. They kind of, but none of them are hostile towards you at all, as you've been welcomed here. But you do get people looking at you, and you see Erebos and Arlo walk in, but without Salazar.
So, oh shit! So was that scene from Thor Ragnarok when Loki spots Thor coming back? He's like, shit.
you easily spot him. He's the dark elf in the lance of everything else. He's sticking out like a sore thumb. You see him straight away.
Go over and sit down. So Drogon's dead.
Oh no, what happened?
You know what? Drogon's dead, and what happened? I'm not gonna be mad.
I have
I'm really fucking not.
I-
What happened? Like, honestly.
How would I know? I'm just an innocent. Is it because I'm...
Ansem with your friends.
Yeah, but seriously, what happened, dude?
Okay. So, not gonna lie. First of all, bit of a dick move to just attack me.
Well,
You know.
Yes, yeah, we assumed that.
And then shoot fireballs at me after...
Yeah.
And then had his fucking friend spear me.
Yeah, he's not with us anymore.
And
so-
then have him, the same person, choke me out.
Uh-huh.
And then have me handcuffed to a tree.
Yeah.
And have rope tied around my neck.
Yeah, I can see how that would be,
And then, upon me waking up, he gently caressed my face. And...
Just reminds me of that meme. Karen?
What, as in a loving kind of thing?
I think he was doing it aggressively.
He slapped you.
No, it didn't hurt.
He tried to slap you.
And then he just, suddenly died.
When you say he suddenly died, did you have anything to do with him suddenly dying?
What? I just mumbled some words and he fell over.
Ansem.
No, we know when you're lying, mate. We know this. We know this.
Technically, I'm not lying. I just said some words and touched him,
Right.
and then he
We
fell.
know we know when you're hiding something from us. So give it to us straight. What happened?
Okay. I may have just drained his entire life force from his body
Uh huh.
after
Thanks.
impeding him with my hand.
Okay, that does it.
After the obvious thing of trying to manacle bone
Yeah.
didn't turn out for them.
Right. I can see his point. I mean, he did.
I mean, first of all, I was minding my own business.
Yeah.
Then he jumped me
Yeah.
with a knife to my throat.
Yeah. I saw. We saw that. We were.
Then did his big sonic boom as he teleported away.
Yeah. We
Then continued to shoot fire at me.
We remember. Well, okay.
I think I'm justified.
I understand that. But do you have any idea why he wanted to hurt you in the first place, aside from him being drunk?
He dropped a barn on me. I don't understand anything he does.
Yeah, true.
Did. Sorry.
I was absentmindedly scratched F into the cable.
I totally could have made... I could have hid the evidence better. I just realised I could have made him get up and walk away. Hindsight is 20/20 people.
We buried him.
Yeah, we buried him. He's fine. Well, he's not fine. He's dead. But
I mean, that's too good.
all right. Well, so that's. So we've got somewhat of an idea of what happened. We know you are who you are, who you say you are. We know that.
Is this an identity crisis type thing? And at what point did you think I wasn't me?
That's why he told you he didn't think you were who you were.
I thought he was just crazy.
No, he made a very convincing argument for this, and I can understand why he didn't think you were who you were. We know you are who you are because of his magic mirror, and that other thing we tested on all of us, and we tested on you, so we know you are who you are. I mean, Drogon was
Still... Wait, even after that... Was I conscious for this check?
No.
So even after then, he still was quite aggressive with me when I woke up.
I don't know what happened when... I don't know. We were asleep. We don't know what happened between us falling asleep and you in the tree, and then us waking up, you not in the tree, we got Drogon.
Why were you still okay with me being tied to a
I
tree?
wasn't okay with it.
So why was I on a tree when I woke up?
If anything, the only reason you were on the tree is to essentially stop him killing you and probably all of us in the fucking process. It seemed like a thing... I don't know, man. Fuck.
You see a paladin start walking along the mess hall, and he stands to attention and goes, Baraka wishes to see you three in his study.
Shall we? He might have some answers for all of this.
Is it free around here?
He looks at you and goes, I'm sure it is if you're part of the order.
Oh yeah. Just sort of wave my little denier cloak. And
Kinda
I
like-
use it as like a scoop for more food.
You kind of pick up a load of bread rolls in it, and it's a few kind of like vegetables and things, and he goes,
Vegetables.
wasted calories. You pick up like a haunch of ham and something like that, and he goes, well, you know, we've got.
With a hog's head with the apple.
you see like a druid just does like what's it called the fabulous feast spell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just make up another like set up and go. It's okay, we've got more. He goes, okay. He bows and please with me, gentlemen, and obviously the food. And he turns and leaves towards the outside before turning left to the tower. You hear the sound of a hawk as you go in for more food. You've got your eagle on your side.
Nick a bit of a ham.
He clasps it with its claw and eats at it. You make your way up to the tower, up a few kind of side towers, and then eventually towards the study. The knight raps on the door, and you hear this enter, and opens, like deja vu for you. And you enter the room. You see Baraka kind of talking silently next to a cloaked figure, and he sees you enter and turns around and goes, gentlemen, I'm here to meet you, obviously, let you meet my friend here. And he allows her to speak. And she goes, please, if you could just introduce yourself.
Artemis.
Sup?
Nice to meet you, Artemis.
That was the wave of the bone hand.
You see a dark elf in front of you
Yeah.
with long white hair.
Ooh.
Let me scroll up. I'll let you actually describe it. You're better than you're better
So
than me.
it's a female dark elf, half shaven sort of hair that side, white just sort of left over draped, in leather armour.
Guy's going to lock
with-
himself in my bathroom for 5 minutes.
No, it's no.
With a tabard over it, which is like purple with a white moon, and a bow and arrows on the back.
No, we're done here.
It's too many dark elves.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. This will not work like it does in the homelands. You do not have power here.
I'm
Baraka-
not allowed back to the homelands.
That is good.
Baraka looks at you and goes, you'll be working as a team. You do as I ask. If that's
Is it equals?
Of course.
Good.
Artemis has been helping my men secure the perimeter. There's been a few things going on southwards, and she's helped us, and I owe her a great debt. But I have asked her for another favour, to accompany you. And he writes up a few. He sees writing up a scroll.
I've just remembered.
Mm.
Vampires. There are a lot of them in Oxenburt.
His eyes and goes, We dispatched Cassius to go and deal with some strange rumours. I'm glad they were.
That was the cultists that we were dealing with. Then there was the vampires that are still there, in lots.
Interesting.
It's a bloke who's in a really high political power that we couldn't actually get to.
He squints and goes, Who?
That was the master of coin, wasn't he?
And he goes, Gambion
Yes.
Thornton?
Yes.
Ugh. Yes, I'm aware of this man, and you're saying he's at the head of this issue?
Yeah, he's the lead vampire.
He's got something to do with something.
Is he to do with this?
He is the lead vampire, part of the cult of.
I think you rolled it earlier, previously, you called Orcus.
Yeah, cult of Orcus then.
Interesting. I'll dispatch some of my finest knights to go deal with this issue.
They'll probably die.
Before you dispatch them, let me appease to the gods to find out if it would be worth it for them or not.
Yes, you may. May pray.
I kind of get from my pouch these sort of really ornate little bones and things, and then I just roll it over some paper or table. Sorry. I'm basically casting augury.
Cool.
So my thing is, would it be safe for them? And you can only answer with either will, woe, or will and woe, or no answer.
Why?
The results are bad. Do not send your men.
I said they'll probably die.
It looks like their evil forces are growing. And he starts scribbling on a piece of paper. And you will see this. So, I told Ansem of where obviously you can find the book that you came to see me about when I first met you all.
Oh,
The one in the hell
Yes.
of Carnia.
yeah.
Well, if you make your way there through the arcane gate, which can be found at the Wyvern's Reservoir, Ansem made me aware. Not to worry, it's not a evil-infused, darkened gate. No, it's what we use to get to the Fey Wild. It's guarded by an old friend of mine. However, in his age, he's turned a tad senile, and a tribe of kobolds is now looking after him. I'm worried they may be exacerbating his senility, if that's the word.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You look stressed, Arlo.
if you program the gate to get to Carnia, you may be able to travel through. However, you need a token of someone who has gone there,
So it's a token or a memory?
or a memory of someone who is connected to Carnia.
You're telling
It's-
me.
In Carnia, Mephistopheles' own realm,
Yeah.
the Labyrinth Library.
Only think of a vague outline, that's about it.
You're telling me we are going straight to hell
Yes.
to pick up a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yes. We are going to hell for a library book.
And this book doesn't exist here because.
Because it's a really nice book.
Its
that
power
everyone wants.
should never be on the material plane, but
So I was,
And we're fetching it.
it
Why?
looks like we have no choice in this matter. See, if you go and retrieve this book, I may be able to use it to secure some defences against its, well, against its author. If I can secure some defences, we might be able to, well, deal with these cults rising in Oxenburt. Maybe even use it against them.
We are walking straight into hell
yes.
to pick up a book
Yes.
from the person who wrote the book,
No.
or whoever's book it is.
So, we're going to hell,
Yeah.
Mephistopheles' world,
Uh huh.
to pick up a book written by Orcus,
Uh huh.
the big bad,
Yeah. I'm aware of what.
and we were planning to use the book
Yeah.
to screw Orcus over. And I'm using the book because ultimate power.
He looks to Orcus. This book details how Orcus can gain power through his subordinates and his followers. If we can turn that power back on them, we might be at the upper hand of this war.
And ultimate power.
And he looks to you and goes, easy now. You may be secure,
it
but
makes
Orcus is a clever, evil,
But it makes it more tilted in our favour, does it not? Having,
ultimate power towards the greater good, yes?
my good, yes.
He looks at you and goes,
My good is basically the people who don't want to kill me. And so far, you haven't. So, and fuck that lot.
He looks to you and goes,
All they've ever done is try to kill me and knife me.
how about you collect the book and then we'll discuss this later.
Yay, contents.
I'm leaving.
You're walking out.
Walking out the ring.
And he goes, Erebos, where are you going?
Don't answer him, just keep walking. I'm going to find a very quiet spot.
He goes to you and he goes, just as you're leaving, he goes, you just hear the words, I feel the cards! And you descend the stairs. I like this. You descend the stairs and you're leaving out of the main tower. Where do you go?
The most secluded place possible.
You kind of head out the main gate, and then at the palisade gate, you see a kind of grove of trees. No one's camping near it. It seems to be a bit quieter. There's some like stone kind of laid down for people to pray out or sit. It looks like an oracle religious site that anyone can pray at.
Baraka, would you like me to follow him?
He goes,
Accompany him at all?
I'm troubled. He's normally a very stalwart man. It looks like maybe follow him, but at a great distance. Try not to intervene or get between him.
Understood.
He nods to you and goes, thank you.
Hang
Erebos,
on.
you head towards the grove. What do you do?
I am going to pray to Tyr.
Mhm.
I'm going to stay praying to Tyr until I can find some answers.
Roll religion check with advantage as you take out your hammer and you really pray towards it.
16.
16. You feel praying and praying. You don't feel a connection for about 3-4 minutes, solidly just like kind of muttering to yourself, and then you feel like you feel a bit lighter, almost like you're being lifted up, not literally but spiritually. What do you ask to your god?
Well, I sort of ask if this is the right thing to do, to take a book which is completely and bring it to the material plane.
Okay. You I'll do this.
Seeing as Tyr's all dressed in that.
You see, I want to put this in like a picture that sums it up in how Tyr would think of it. You kind of have a look around, and you see a blacksmith from one of the camps that joined, a kind of mock hearth that he'd built, and you see him kind of starting to light the fire, and he hasn't put any of the surrounds on it yet, so it's just an open fire, and he lights it and it ignites, and you see him kind of blowing it, and you see it kind of raging uncontrollably, and the apprentice is kind of like, oh, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You're just watching, and then you see the master just place these two kind of enclosing pieces of wrought iron to kind of go over the fire and to channel it into this kind of zone for it just to heat up. And he pats his apprentice on the shoulder and just nods at him and smiles and kind of points towards the hearth and shows how he's covered the fire, the raging fire, into one focal point to use it for his own benefit. I think that's the best way I can kind of show a pictorial of what Tyr thinks is his answer, because he can't say yes or no. And you kind of just see, so I'll basically summarise that is, you see this person lighting a fire, it then uncontrollably going as he blows air on it, and the master puts over the wrought iron to control it and focus it on one place for him to be able to use. Cool. You see him watching from a distance. This kind of...
The proper grove.
Yeah, there's like a few trees and things, and you see him looking towards the master and his apprentice, and the master teaching the apprentice about the wrought iron. You kind of get like a settled feeling. You feel like, okay, he's okay. But you can stand there for as long as you want.
I'll stand there and I'll wait for him.
I'll go find these two.
Cool. Obviously Baraka's back to Baraka. He goes, so, if you want the book, you need to go to Karnia. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me?
Just trying to think. Oh, did the gentleman ever come back? He was in the Northlands near Oxenburt.
Say again?
It was the gentleman. Did he ever come back? It was in the Northlands of Oxenburt. He said he'd be heading this way. He left a couple of days before we did. He was petrified by a Medusa of some kind.
Interesting. I've not seen any other knights of the older order come through. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe you just decided not to come back.
Maybe he found peace.
He's saying he died.
Maybe he found a small town and
Oh,
decided
right,
to
so-
find peace, or
Yeah.
maybe he did. Maybe he actually just peacefully went. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's hope for that, shall we?
Is there anything you're thinking of, Arlo? The Seaman.
The Seaman.
He looks at you with a kind of quizzical eye and goes, "Huh?"
Oh, I don't know his name. No, it's in character. I don't know his name. That man, the one that looks like a drow but is wet.
You've probably gone. You're probably walking back at this point, so I'll say you're arriving back at the tower. You've walked past. Have you?
I would head up before him.
Okay,
Yeah.
you come back and into the room with Baraka, and he looks at you and goes,
The wet
Everything
ugly
right?
sea drow.
Everything is fine.
"Excellent."
What's
Don't
the
roll
name
it.
of your
Oh,
eagle?
he hasn't got a name at the moment.
Oh, let me ask him then.
Yeah, go for asking.
Cool.
Just can speak with animals.
Speak with animals.
What's
can I
your
pick up
name,
the name?
little fellow?
I feel rude about naming your eagle.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to name him yet. I've not had a thought about it. I'm gonna. Mr. Crispy. I don't know at this point.
Crispy the eagle.
Crispy the Eagle. Crispy.
It's crispy.
Crispy eagle. Cool. That's his name. Crispy eagle.
Crispy the Eagle.
I'll just take some small little things out of my hand and
Yeah.
let him
Okay,
feed
just-
from the palm.
Yeah. Eats the kind of like maybe like a bit of haunch meat or something. Bit of a dried tack or something. Erebos, are you coming back into the study?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
You arrive.
We also killed a lich.
He looks to you and goes, "Ah,
Oh, that.
Balthazar.
the creep from Wonderland."
Yes. Also knows Cornelius and Apocras.
He looks to you and goes,
Fucking homework.
"It looks like you've been all very busy here."
Yeah. So just to know the tally of good deeds that we've done, we've killed the Doctor, we've killed some vampires, we've killed cultists of Orcus, or the Four Horsemen, one of the two.
He looks to you and goes, "Four horsemen. Didn't we discuss this strange thing previously? Any more information on this?"
I didn't even know we talked about this before.
I think he told you about the Four Horsemen.
I got a 6.
Plus.
8 is 14.
Cool. He goes, "I told you about the cult and how we've been fighting it. We are the prime defenders of it."
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? We've been fighting the cult. It's been springing up.
I don't remember this chat ever, really.
He goes to you and goes,
Remember, I died. And spending a lot of
what was the
time...
total number you got? 16?
14.
14. You remember the chat. You don't remember the details, but you remember the chat.
I remember...
He goes,
vaguely.
"Well, the Four Horsemen, we call the Four Horses. Do you not know?"
Maybe.
And he looks to you both and goes, "You've not heard? This is an ancient cult, constantly looking for them to wipe the slate clean."
So if say a messenger of theirs called one person the first war, and then pointed at the second...
Called a person? No, it's not a human. It's not a mortal man. You can't be a horseman.
No. But say a messenger pointed at someone and just went, "the first war," and then pointed at someone else going, "the second death."
He looks at you and goes,
What would you say?
I
that would
repeat my sentence. A mortal man cannot be one of the bringers of doom.
mean? Okay, but what if hypothetically that was happening and someone was going around naming people as horsemen?
He looks and goes, their actions?
Their actions make them fuck. I think I've just been played.
Played by who?
The cult.
He looks at you and goes, what have you done?
I was named Death,
He looks at you and goes, so
and I killed Drogon, who was named War.
no, you don't understand that you wouldn't be named Death if you killed a fellow horseman.
Why? Because death happens to everything.
That means Drogon wasn't war. It means it was somebody else.
Shit on it. Shit on it, I've just realised.
Fellow horsemen don't kill each other. They
What if
hate
you
each
realised?
other fair, but they don't. They rely. One comes after the other.
Oh.
I think.
He looks at it and goes, he looks to you and goes, you might feel uneasy and you might vomit. And he teleports you. And I'm going to leave that there for tonight.
Ah!
So, yes, thank you for watching, and if you want to win 2 painted Zorns, I'm going to show them again to the camera, and
Did you have one?
there's the other one.
They look different.
There. So, they are 2 Zorns here, you put them up to the camera, amazingly well painted by our fantastic Mr. Adam. If you want to win these, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, and on the page that reads the following, and I'll find it for you now with my cursor. Want to win 2 painted Zorns? Comment below with Igneous, #Igneous, and we'll announce the winner next week. Okay, so all you need to do is comment on there with #Igneous, so IGNEOUS, and you'll get your name put into a hat, and we'll draw the winners next
That's
week,
the thing.
and then we'll draw those. We got a question?
How much XP did I get for killing Drogon?
That's a really good point.
He was level 6.
I
He's
killed a
level
level 6 character.
So I would say it's
On my own.
That's true. Level 6. So kind of a CR rating level 6 is for a party of 3 or 4 people. So I would say he was a level. I would say CR3 maybe half. So CR3 XP, which would be 400 and
No, it's more than that.
450, 700 XP.
I'll take what I can get. Erebos.
I think
I'll say
I'll say 700 for killing off Drogon.
I will kill you if that happens.
So yes,
Don't worry, you only get like 700.
those are the zones you can win. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our videos if you do. Send us a comment. Please follow our Twitch as well, so you get alerts to when we're live. We'll be slowly releasing additional content for Ragtag Bunch in the form of catch-up episodes. So I've done 2 interviews with Adam and Guy about all their characters from episode 1 to episode 37. So those will be up soon, as soon as I get around to finishing editing those. And you see, obviously I'm going to put down to the action cam, this large Fomorian. If you can help us get to 100 likes on Facebook by sharing with your friends, sharing with sharing with your friends, and amazing. Share with your friends. Share our Twitch with your friends, and get as many people liking our Facebook page. Obviously following our Twitch and subscribing to our YouTube. And we're going to, at a milestone, we're going to release this as a free giveaway. And we'll give this out, and who knows, you might be the lucky one to get this amazingly awesome painted Fomorian, painted by, again, our Adam, and just for a size comparison, that's the Zorn. Okay? Ridiculous. So, like and subscribe. Check out Lightfoot Dice on Instagram as well, done by our amazing Jay here. Check out our Liches and Witches SoundCloud as well for the music used in our intro, done by lovely Ryan Adam. And anything else have I forgotten to say?
No, I think that's it.
No, yeah, that was everything.
That's it.
Okay,
Wishing
well,
you a good evening or morning from wherever you are.
exactly. Thank you for watching, and catch you next week. Bye-bye.
That.